Welcome all, and welcome back to the Phoenix Dota Season 3 Australian Main Division Grand Final between Dawn Academy and FOTA. My name is Finnick, joined by Cruel, and we are getting ready to go with game number 2 of this best of 5. Game 1 brought to you on a different stream, but they had something come up, so they're unable to complete the series. Dawn Academy took game number 1, and here we are, game number 2 in the draft. Dawn Academy, Radiant side with 24th pick and the Fellowship of the Ancients. Dire side with first pick, and they first banned the Earthshaker. How are you feeling?
Earthshaker bans are very common, even after the nerf, where they made it so that you can only one-shot creep waves after the 15 talent, I assume, if I remember correctly, where it increases your aftershock damage. Like, that talent allows you being able to clear waves from fog without showing yourself. The moment you get your Kaya was too OP, so they had to change it. But even then, like, teams still love the hero. It just gives so much control in team fights and damage and it's just easy to play. You see a bunch of people clump up, and then you just wipe out like 2 or 3 people.
5 seconds
Indeed. I don't know, his win rate definitely has been nerfed quite a bit in pubs at least, but as you mentioned, a lot of teams still liking to pick it in 5v5. Other bans thus far, Tinker and Dazzle, trying to get some of that healing and save off the board potentially from Dawn Academy. The Nature's Prophet also being banned away by Fellowship of the Ancients. This is a pick I've seen quite a lot of recently. With the healing trees, can be quite nasty to deal with at times.
Yeah, the regeneration from the Sprout facet just gives you so much. Not from the trees itself, but from you get to double your value of tangos because of the double duration. It's crazy how much it can save lanes that shouldn't go well, and how hard that it could stop lanes that should be only like drawn. The value of getting to double reach is just crazy.
Yeah. Straight support bans from Dawn Academy though, banning out the Witch Doctor and the Shadow Shaman as well.
It's just like 3 sustains also. Like just Witch Doctor, Dazzle, and Tinker potentially with the healing facet.
Yeah.
Dawnbreaker as well with the Aghanims, even after the nerf. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just -1 pulse.
Yeah, a lot of meta bans from FOTA here. I think all 3 of these heroes still considered quite meta at the moment. I did not catch game number 1 as I was pubbing. I was roped into this last minute. But I did cast these teams in the upper bracket final earlier with Anno, and they first picked the Rubik.
Yeah, like they picked this on Rikes in the last game. I think they just wanted the knight from him. Even if like first picking Rubik is like not very common because it feels like it's a shell of itself. Like in the golden days where you had more base damage to play with in the lane. Now it just feels like you just pick it when you know you're not gonna win the lane for sure. And Necrophos pick up after the Rubik. They really put. Kai really loves his hero, I guess.
10
Yeah,
seconds
I mean,
remaining.
I know a lot of people really like the hero. Definitely got hit with a
5 seconds
pretty
remaining.
massive nerf as far as you can't build BKB on the hero anymore because it will dispel your Ghost Shroud. So you can't have both active at the same time.
Yeah.
As a
I
result, I don't love the hero as much because it's you know has much easier counterplay to deal with, right? And obviously like Nullifier is still very good against the hero, and no BKB, Lotus Orb doesn't help you against that, right? So
Yeah, the Lotus, I mean, no, the BKB with Ghost Scepters were also so damn good. Like, you could just be a
10
position 5
seconds
with Ghost
remaining.
Scepter. Later on, they might try to purge you, but as long as you have BKB and Ghost Scepter,
5
you'll be
seconds
immune
remaining.
Yeah.
to magic, almost immune to magic damage, and you'll be immune to physical
Radiant
damage.
team
It made chasing supports so difficult, but that change just reverted everything back to the olden days.
In the pub that I had right before this game, I was up against a Necrophos by BKB, and like he hit Ghost Shroud and BKB, and I'm like, I'm playing Winter Wyvern core, right?
10
The second he hits
Yeah.
BKB, I'm just like, I'm hitting you with my auto attacks now.
5 seconds remaining.
Somebody didn't read the patch. Oh
I like
my.
literally at the end of the game, like, hey, you need to read the patch notes, my dude. If you want to dispel on that hero, you pretty much only have Lotus Orb now. Smile.
Oh my god. Yeah. It's so fucking. Like, this game gets so many changes. Like, you have to be able to read these. Like,
I
every
also
patch.
had a Zeus mid who bought a refresher and 3 rapiers. Somehow he won that game. I
Okay, to be
like
fair,
literally like we were up against like a sniper. Also, PA does not play position 1, so somehow filled into it.
10 seconds
Right, and so
remaining.
we weren't
Mhm.
taking Roche, we weren't taking objectives. We had this massive fucking gold lead. Excuse me, I don't normally swear on my own streams, but we had this massive gold lead on all 3 of our cores. With me on the Wyvern, and the Zeus had this gold, and so did the PA. And we just didn't push objectives for a solid 20 minutes, or take Roche or anything. And I'm like, look,
10 seconds
look,
remaining.
this sucks. And then I look at the Zeus's build, and I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. Supports were flaming him. Supports were flaming both the other cores. At the end of the game, I was like, yeah, support's toxic, whatever. But I'm gonna be real with you, Zeus. Going a Divine Rapier pre 60 minutes is a grief, except for the one patch where Mars would build Revenant Brooch and Rapier and one-shot people with his W. So yeah,
10 seconds
we won that game
Yeah,
somehow.
To be fair, like, that core lineup doesn't exactly have the best high ground hitters, which like, contributes to the problem. Because like, if Zeus had like normal items, I think the game would have been a lot easier. But I think the issue still stands with sieging high ground.
Radiant
Like,
team pick.
I mean,
building those 3 rapiers actually secured the team fights later on. I think, at least that's what I'd like to believe. 'Cause, like,
no,
it's like,
no. He sat
Yeah,
in base
no.
and hit alt refresher alt. Like for most of it, and then we had a fight on our high grounds that we won because he was there and actually using his abilities with his 3 rapiers. Smile. So
oh my god.
they like the pleasures of Archon Dota, I swear.
Yeah, you reckon he thought he was in turbo? Because like, that's exactly the build I
No,
go
like
for
he
every
was
time
like
in turbo.
justifying it in the post
Like-
game chat because we won with it. I'm like, that's results based analysis. That's not conducive to actually learning, and you will get punished for that if you're trying to climb. Because like, my god, it sucks because like I'm playing Winter Wyvern position 3, which is not meta right now. Big sad, but like I'll play it if like my Venge is picked by the other team, which it was that game, or like I'm just feeling something else, or they have like a bunch of strength heroes, right? Like I can hit towers so long as I have vision, or I can hit high ground towers so long as there's vision up there. But if no one else is with me except my 2 supports, I'm like, I can't hit these towers, guys. And I can't hit Roche because Arctic Burn doesn't apply to Roshan. So it's like, yeah. Sucks. Legion, Lifestealer, Jakira, Rubik, the lineup thus far from FOTA. I really like this, actually. It's quite simple to execute, kind of what you want in main MMR levels, right? Very easy, you know, blink in with Legion Commander, duel somebody, infest bomb, all the stuff. This Slark is going to be a little difficult to deal with in lane for the Legion Commander, unless this is like Legion mid, which obviously could be.
Contrary, I actually like to believe that the Slark doesn't have the advantage here. Like, assuming that the Legion takes the Q facet, which gives him barriers, I think it will give him the lead in every trade. But like, counter to that later on, I think Radiant actually has a better team fight. Like, they can pop global, right, when the duel starts. Plus, the Slark can also get the shard to give the depth shroud to whoever's dueled to get them out. But it depends on which team gets to start the fight, I believe, and how ready the other team is to counter initiate. This is not going to be a very simple game. Lots of small nuances to observe here.
Yeah, typically at this MMR bracket, I think the team that has the easier to execute team fight, instead of the one that's quote-unquote better on paper, typically has an advantage, which is why I favor just kind of the very straightforward pile all your circles on top of each other draft, unless that circle is Mars, because Mars sucks at this MMR bracket. But you know, it's very straightforward. We'll see how they play it. Obviously, as you mentioned, you know, you have counter initiation tools with the silencer and the global silence, right? Dragon Knight and Slark both have lots of good pick potential and also soft engage, right? Whereas Legion Commander is very much hard engage alongside the Lifestealer. So does enable Dawn Academy to play a little bit skirmishy and maybe draw out some of these fights, which would favor them, as you mentioned. But again, it's like FOTA built a draft that I think for this is like, I think ancient capped, right? Main division. So like for this MMR bracket, it's just so dirt simple to execute on that it's very difficult to mess this up unless you just lose 2 or 3 lanes, right?
I think the Shadow Fiend pick here bricked the team fight prowess for Dire, because like it makes the silencer's job so simple to the point where he presses global when the duel is initiated, or he does it when the Shadow Fiend blinks in. I think the idea was a duel into the Requiem combo would burst any single one from Radiant, which is true if it were not for the silencer that can just cancel all of that every time it begins. Because like at my bracket, I like to ruin these people's games. People that just blink in the BKB and alt.
Yeah.
Because,
what is your MMR bracket again? I'm going to say much.
Okay, yeah, this is for now it's 6K, but let's see. I think I might drop a bit. Soon enough.
But my point is, you're at the MMR bracket where like these kinds of drafts can be punished more easily. I think if I remember from casting these teams earlier, I think it was Dawn Academy had this silencer that they were trying to like, there was like a thing with they had a silencer on their team and a Enigma, but they're up against a Warlock, and they could never combo the global silence with to stop the Warlock from getting the Enigma ultimate off, and then they did it once and won the team fight there. I think that was these teams. I believe that was these teams because I was casting color for that. Okay. So it's one of those things where like, I mean, it could have been different teams. It could have been open division because I was casting some open division stuff too. But I think it was think it was these teams where that happened. So, like, definitely one of those cases where, the idea of executing on the silencer is a lot easier this game because you don't have to global before your Enigma blinks ult and ults in, right? You're able to reactively hit your global this game, but at the same time, it's like those kind of like, if you're a little bit slow on it, then you've already got the channel off on the Shadow Fiend ulti, and then they've blown up their target and they're able to go through, and right, Shadow Fiend's doing plenty of light damage too. So as you mentioned, like, a lot of this is going to be on the silencer, I think, and I'm in agreement with you there. But if silencer doesn't execute, or if this Razor pickup,
I think this Razor pickup should be fine.
Who's their other support?
But
with Redcast, yeah. It's Slark support.
Okay, so let me actually no, I think this is fine. Like, oh wait, hold up.
Yeah,
smoke's being broken.
They're taking so I do like the idea of flexing the Slark here to support, and then taking the Razor into the Legion matchup, because it is a very nice matchup for the Razor to have. Also quite decent in a lifestealer, right? I am a little bit worried though. I think with this draft, just they're all just kind of sitting here.
I think they're aware that Slark has night vision. That allows them to see this.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's like default. No, slightly more than default night vision. Oh my! Just saying hello with the spray. They're still going to fight this entire though, but.
Arcane Curse onto Ronin. Goes ahead and picks up the rune, or actually misses out on the rune, so gets taken down by Flygon. Should end up being 2 runes apiece when it's all said and done. Will be the mid DK and the offlane Necrophos here.
Oh, I'm not sure if I like the Rubik taking lift level 1. Like, not just because of the death, but because the Legion has a way to secure the range creeps, right? With the Q, but I'd still be able to. I'd still like my Rubik to be able to bolt at least during the trades.
Yeah,
like the Razor also. He's going to deal so much damage.
Razor did go the plasma field first to secure the kill, so at least at level 1, Legion Commander's not gonna have to deal with that. But
still
I mean, we're seeing Razor's just kind of zoning Meliodas off.
Okay. Casual body block and board block on bottom camps for both supports. Same cannot be said for top as this Jakiro. Okay, I don't know how to say that name. The Jakiro just blocks over the sentry, which gets immediately unblocked by Raikas. Oh, Link going down at bottom, and it gets stopped by the lift from Rubik.
Yeah, they're not a whole lot of action the first couple minutes here.
Yeah.
Karma's got level 2 before Ronin here, so or both of them do. So we'll have the static link, which was already broken, as you mentioned, by the telekinesis there, but Flygon, I think, pretty happy with us thus far. 8-4 to 6-1. But this mid lane, 12-2 to max 7-0 right now. I do not believe this is supposed to be a DK favored lane.
Yeah, I believe so too. Like, usually a Shadow Fiend, you're able to bully or at least draw the mid lane because of the raises being just too damn powerful in the early game. Like, against melee, you're guaranteed to land it because they're gonna be standing on the wave half the time. Like 13-2, I think it's just hate to say, but I guess mid diff. So bottom, I really like how they played the level 1 or like the level 2 advantage from Radiant or Razor Silencer. Like, it took the LC and Rubik so much harass to get to level 2 under their own tower.
Indeed it did. Indeed it did.
Okay.
I guess on the
start
first lark,
sticking spells. Oh my.
taking
Yeah.
quite some damage.
I suppose like this is probably one of the best position for us to do it on, since the innate just lets you regen so much. Well, okay, level 1, not really, but you can do other stuff while outside of the lane anyway, so it's like not the worst.
Yeah. Hasn't really made the move mid yet. What you'd expect here. Max getting some more CS in this. It's not 22 to 15 1, so a little bit less one-sided. Bot lane 14 and 5 to 11 and 2, and top lane we're sitting 11 and 3 to 9 and 3. So pretty even top side, but leads being made in mid and bottom lane.
Null picked up here by the Razor. I'm not sure. It's not a carry player. I usually only play support, but not sure about the Null on the Razor. I get the idea where it gives him enough mana to spam his spells to harass people, but normally people take Falcon Blade for that with the Sage Mask component.
Yeah, I'm right with you.
Mr. Gale there with
The
top.
Necrophos dies topside. Papaya's gonna live through Raikez's harass here too. So
Yeah. Oh my god, that's a big career snipe. That's going to stop the Rubik from securing vision for his offlaner before he rotates onto the mid lane at 6 minutes, I'd assume.
yeah.
Top
So
still.
I mean,
Very
you are right
close
on the money
Raikezz.
about it being Falcon Blade though. For Razor, I think it's his start didn't tell me he was going a Falcon Blade, because I think what most people who buy Falcon Blade first item, or most carriers who do. I was looking at Pro Tracker at like some I think it was Draw Ranger. I think goes Falcon Blade right now as well. Is just going full magic wand, tangos and an iron branch, and Flygon built like he was gonna build some sort of circlet item. So like I see the idea of the Null Talisman, but I think you're right. The Falcon Blade just kind of has a better total stats for a hero like Razor or like Draw Ranger or whatever. So
While we're on the topic of items, I noticed this Lifestealer is actually rushing what looks to be Corrosion, is it? With the Orb of Blight and Frost. I'm not sure you do that against the Necrophos, but they did get the early kills. Maybe it'll pay off. But look at that. So much
Leech
damage.
on other Papayas. Might be able to kite
Dropping
away
really
a
low
little
here.
way. There with the Liquid Frost to slow him up.
Really brave option. Not sure if it'll pay off. Doesn't look like it will. Let's see. Like he has to finish Corrosion now, but this is a Necrophos. You really don't want to be playing low HP. Okay, that's how it comes out to counter that trade. Speaking of trade, looks like the mid lane has been defaulting to what we expected.
Yeah.
Like the DK has a slight lead on CS, but it's like playing really low HP. But wait. Okay, just some casual chipping.
Yeah. Max's
No Dragon
battle,
Form coming
7 stacks on a stick, so he's pretty alright there. Bot side, Meliodas 23 and 4 to 25 and 6 Razor, so pretty even there. But top side, this Necrophos now has quite a significant lead, 26 and 4 to 18 and 3.
Ooh. Rotation coming here
Papaya's
from both supports and mid lane. TP from
having
the start.
a lot of fun
Well,
there.
they
They got the Leash on the Shadow Fiend, and Nick picks up that kill as Flygon. It's Meliodas' career.
Well
Oh,
played
yeah.
on the counter engage from the Slark here at mid lane. Like the Rubik was trying to run mid to secure the rune, but the Slark TPing there to get to contest the mid lane was actually what made the difference. It could have been a 2v1 for DK, but he comes out with a kill instead.
Well played by Rankus, indeed. And it's the Frost Dragon from Nick, because there's a Lifestealer on the enemy team, so... Yeah, nothing
Ooh.
too out of the ordinary there from the DK. Going
Sneaky
for his
Flygon
blink.
here, trying to contest the
Rankus
Wisdom
and
rune
Karma,
without
both
the
top
ulti.
side. The Papayas going to get silenced, but he goes ahead and rages off before the silence hits.
Oh my god. That feels so bad for dire supports.
Oh yeah.
Flygon just gets away with murder because the Legion commander wasn't there to help. But to be fair, like, what can a Rubik do alone against a Razor?
Not a whole lot. Going that
brings him so close to the ulti as well.
I mean,
Gonna
Flygon
allow
did
him
get
to
this
flash.
windlace, which I think is pretty standard, so I got that.
Yep.
Mordive's top side, Rykus pulling up with Night
Okay.
Song. Now, I
That's
did say that the team fight is easier to execute for Dire here, for FOTA, but at the same time, they have to not lose the laning phase quite so badly, and this DK is very far ahead in terms of net worth at the moment. 3,700.
Right?
And the poorest core is currently the Lifestealers, so it's not working out for them. And you know, when you have a draft that relies on a Legion Commander and a Shadow Fiend, right, you should ideally come out of lane phase even on those two lanes at the very least, and you are behind on both those two lanes by quite a bit.
Yeah, I believe that actually the Legion Commander being behind, it does so much more damage to the Dire team's tempo because the Shadow Fiend can just go back to campsite with clarities and just raise and then recover. But that's not the same for Legion. It puts her behind so much. It's like you want to rely on your early dual damage as well. Like every time you have it, wait, what? It's like what, 1 minute cooldown? It's like ideally you run with your two supports at a support and get free damage, but it doesn't look like that's how it'll go this game.
Yeah. Definitely seems tough for Dire. I mean, also this Lifestealer being poorest core behind the Necrophos also feels pretty bad.
Oh, no.
So we're gonna pause for someone needed to, or
Right. Forgot the
go
DK is a father, actually.
pretty urgently. So potentially kid aggro. We'll see.
I hope he gets the kid behaved soon. Be excited for her this series. Like maybe like they get. Maybe you're right. The silencer might not be able to react in time with the global silence for the dual combo.
I mean, maybe. But like the more I'm thinking about it, maybe I was doing play-by-play for this series, so it was the series I was doing color commentary for. So maybe it wasn't this team, these teams that had the silencer thing, but it was like still, I think, like, you know, low-ish MMR bracket. It's like the burden of execution is quite high on a single player, right? And I don't know Karma well enough to know how well he's going to play on that. So we'll see how that works out. But at the same time, like, if they have the lead, I don't think they really care about that at all, even. Right? Like, you have Razor, DK, Necrophos, like, all three of these heroes can, with leads, just kind of stat check people, especially DK, right? So does run into an issue. I think at some point, if they, you know, don't get their first duel off, if they don't get the dual infest combo, right, it becomes very, very difficult for them, especially because Flygon's already got this lead coming bot side and building into, I think Razor right now does Sanj and Yasha first item. It's been a while since I've seen a Razor.
Yeah, I agreed. The last time I saw it was on like the TI, and people are building Maelstrom to accelerate the farm.
Yeah. Maelstrom, Sanj and Yasha, that kind of thing. The last time I played Razor, it was the Bloodstone BKB refresher build.
Oh, yeah, that's a fun one. Just run in and be a menace.
Yeah. Not played
It's
Razor
so
in a hot minute though, so
I feel like the heroes fallen off really hard, but in the proper games, the impact it can have is crazy. Like, this game, you just counter like two people. Like, it makes the laning stage so hard for Dire. It's just going back to the laning part. I feel like what you said earlier, like the Razor, DK, and Necro doing so well with being ahead. Like I feel like it comes off of the laning stage anyway. If they're just behind a tiny bit, then I feel like one of the heroes should fall off because they're not just not going to be enough space on the map. All of them want to farm heavily. One person
Yeah.
reconnecting from Radiant. Oh, so yellow skid. Really behave soon.
Yeah, that's, 2K at 8 minutes is actually quite large for this state in the game, and, Nick, hopefully everything's okay. But, like, he's got a significant gold lead on his hero at the moment, and, like, that currently has only materialized in Shred's Bracer Magic Wand, but he's definitely... He had it as a... Let me see. He had his blink queued up, but it doesn't look like he's been able to buy it yet. But once he has that blink dagger, it just becomes pretty difficult for you to farm any part of the map if you're dire, except for the lifestealer, right?
Yeah. They can just put Necro on the front, keep sieging the towers, and then a Dragon Knight will be able to catch off people trying to defend with a blink dagger.
Yeah.
Radiant's game plan for sieging is very simple as well.
Night Song going for the double circlet item as well. Null Talisman and Bracer, as you sometimes do on the Necro 3. I'm interested to see if he's gonna go straight Radiance here. I don't hate it on Necro 3 when you've got a lead.
I mean, there's also the fact that like the three cores and Dire are trying to go right click. Like, Shadow Fiend has a blade of attack queued up. I'm not sure if it's going to be a Falcon Blade or a Crystallis or something else. I doubt it's going to be a Vlad's. He already has the treads. So it's like it just goes.
So you're getting more value out of the Radiance, yeah.
I actually think it's going to be a Crystallis. That's gonna make the Radiance value on Necrophos so much more worth it.
We'll see. I have like a thing where I feel like Radiance is oftentimes an overbought item on Necrophos, but it is good this game, I think.
Yeah, sometimes just a single dispel on the Necrophos being able to last like 5 seconds longer in a fight is what makes a difference for your team.
Yeah.
This game is definitely not thing for that.
It's like the
It's all
dispel,
Radiance.
or like some games just Kaios on just better and it's cheaper, right? So
Yeah.
just straight up going the stat item, you don't do as much damage early, but once you're full build, it's basically the same amount of damage once you have heart ags, right? So
Alright, good news coming out. Snake is finally able to reconnect.
DK. Yeah, so 1500 gold out of the 2250 required for the blink dagger. And once he gets that blink, we'll be making some moves around the map. We'll see what the Razor does. We'll see what Karma does, going Arcane Boots.
I feel like it's pretty standard now. It's like if you don't have an Arcane Boots as a silencer, you press global, your Q, and then you're out of commission almost immediately. It's just so much mana to be playing with without Arcane Boots.
Yeah.
Plus,
I don't think
it helps the Necrophos later also.
I know Slark support's a thing. I have not casted a Slark support yet, I don't think. Right? Like it's one of those things, like I'm fully aware that this is like a thing people are playing right now, but I've not seen it. It's not permeated into my pubs, and it's one of the it's one of those things where like people see it being played. I don't know if it's been played in pro, but like people see like higher more players play it, right? And then it's at some point you get below a certain threshold and people just do not know or care what high MMR players play at all. So like if you picked Slark support at my MMR bracket, I think most of the time people would immediately be like report.
Yeah, they're very inflexible. So, like these creative, creative. It's actually a very strong
I mean,
position for. Yeah.
I was gonna say, for context, when Dazzle Position 3 was utterly broken, right? I gained so much MMR with that pick, but I got from like, because I took like a half-year break from the game, so that's why I'm back in Archon. But like, I had gotten all the way up to Legend 5 with it, basically just spamming the Dazzle 3, and like when I was getting out of the dregs of low legends, like I was still getting flame for it. I'm like, this is literally the best 3 in the game right now. What are you on about? This hero is utterly broken. Like, what?
It's not just the best 3. It used to be the best hero because of how far you could go with the ultimate and just
My god.
you press your ulti, blink dagger with the chrysalis, you press Q, E, and suddenly enemy team is just like what? Just so close to that every single time. It's like having Alina cast his full combo on you from Fog, and you can do this so many more times from a safer position too, since it anchors you back to your original spot. Actually missing a fight here on top. Rykes nearing death with like 100 HP, but gets the ult to safety as they do not have any silences or any long stunts on the Lifestealer Jakiro.
Nick was able to get a kill onto the Rubik mid as well. Has his blink dagger now, pushing on this T1
With
tower.
double damage as well. Nasty.
Rykes gets the leash on the Lily, purging it off of the Papayas, trying to move in on Rykes, but gets kited out. Now Night Song, Reaper Sight, goodbye.
Reaper, no.
At the same time, mid lane, Nick finds Max.
6k
gold at 11 minutes. What is this game?
I feel like they just baited, like, Radiant Draft just baited the FOTA so hard. Just clear out draft with the Slark being moved to position 4. They just allowed the Razor counterpick to screw with both the Lifestealer and the Legion Commander.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well played indeed.
Plus, the fact that the Slark is, look what he's doing now. He's just abusing his innate to find any possible wards from Dire, which luckily have not been placed yet, but this allows the Rykes to set up on their side instead for free. Oh, scouting out here.
I feel like if I played more 4, I would enjoy Slark position 4.
It's very nasty and so annoying. Oh,
you're just like an absolute gremlin the entire time. Low lane versus Rykes, supporter combat in the triangle.
Cheeky attempt on the courier, which gets sent back immediately.
Oh, well, Meliodas,
level
7, has duel. Rykes and Karma trying to get out of the way. Arcane Curse on 3. Ice Path on 2. Max is here. The Global Silence comes down. They're going to be able to stop the duel in its tracks. And now Flygon's around. Meliodas trying to kite away from the support duo. And Nick's here finally with the Frost Dragon, the Elder Dragon form. Meliodas goes down. Great Global Silence. 2 for 0. And they weren't even able to get the duel off there on the low health targets just due to the Global Silence, and they go for 2 for 0 for Radiant.
I think the mental damage on the Legion Commander, unironically, was too much. Like when they were taking the fight on their high ground, right beside the outpost, that was a free duel for the Legion Commander. It was just 2 supports alone on their high ground. But how the lane went influenced the Legion's movements so much that he was able to get the kill onto the silencer as soon as possible, which led to him being able to press global.
Flygon got cliffed by the Rubik, but was able to TP to safety before the Ice Path came out. luckily for him, he was able to do that because he has no more TP scrolls. So if that got interrupted by Ice Path,
Here. The Shadow
we would
Fiend
have had
actually
some
is strong
very
for a
fun
Vlad.
times. Karma TPing bot side, Flygon. It's the plasma field out on the low light. Raikes diving from the back side, gets the kill even with the Ice Path coming out. The duel won't do enough to Flygon. He gets out of the way. Teams the kite with his Q. Raikes here. Getting on to Melodius as Max goes to Karma. Nick on the backside. Blink stun on Ronin. Gets the telekinesis, but still goes down to the auto attacks from the Elder Dragon form. Meanwhile, the Slark ends up falling. But Meliodas all alone gets the blade mail damage off onto the Razor though and kills him. So ends up picking up a kill there that he really had no business getting.
Yeah, Radiant, like I was going to say, Dawn played the fight so well, up to the point where the Flygon went back to try and hit the Legion. But it's like all of like 3 heroes, Raikes, Flygon, and Karma, will all playing it so well, with like 2-digit HP, just at the edge of the Legion. They're kiting so well until that point where, like, you know, Razor just walks back to hit the Blade Mail DLC. But it's still a good fight for them. Like seeing from the 9k lead at 15 mean, oh, okay, that's so ahead.
I mean, that's
Nearly
9k lead at
5 digits.
15 minutes is like pretty firmly in Schlacking territory, if I may say so.
Wait, smoke play coming from really? Lifeseer is joining
Very
the
smoke
smoke
player.
play
I mean,
onto
Nightsong
the...
has his completed Radiance at 15 minutes
Oh.
here, so he might be able to fade this. Still 4
Oh.
versus 1. The Global Silent comes down. The Reaper Sight though
Scythe.
gets the kill, but he gets turned back around by the Rubik. Ronin able to steal that one away, but he won't live for it. Raikes is here, gets the Shadow Dance off, stunned by the Ice Path. Ronin holding on to that Reaper Scythe, and he's got 2 HP regen and 1 mana regen from kills now. Let's go.
That looks so scary. Oh my god. That looks so scary for Dire there. Like the fresh Radiance pick up on the Necro, and he almost got to do a 1v4.
Meliodas.
Luckily the Rubik got a
Blink
scythe
stun from
away.
Nick. Not a whole lot the Legion Commander can do. Karma picks up that kill as Nick was stunned by the Ice Path.
Good.
Ronin stole the Breathe Fire. Shadow Fiend though. Takes the ulti. Doesn't get it off though.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Oh,
Ronin DCs.
unfortunate time to be having network issues.
It's that Australian internet, you know?
I heard there's like a massive disparity between regions in Australia regarding the network conditions. Like if you're in the center, I heard there's not much infrastructure to warrant having good internet. And like the east side, wait, what's the east side? But like the cities have like usually the best ones.
Yeah. Something like
I'm not
that.
sure if that's true.
Well, I
Mm.
mean the internet joke has always been Australian internet connection has been something of a joke, especially compared to their neighborino.
Oh, okay. You'll
You'll set her up on Max, interrupting his ulti, trying to get it off. Breaks the chain from the Razor. No, Flygon should be able to quickly get the kill. The second ult comes down off of his death. Lifestealer, what are you doing in that fight? Goodbye.
I tried to see a Shadow Fiend there, but it was in no man's land, especially with the teleport being off cooldown and the global being used.
I mean, I hate to say it, but this game. Well, we'll play Guess the Gaben real quick. Do you know Guess the Gaben? It's a game I play with all my color commentators, where they
I
have
heard
to try
it's
to guess the
about-
Dota Plus win probability without looking.
Oh,
He's just walking
yeah.
at Meliodas
yeah, this
menacingly.
is just outdraft and outplay from.
Yeah, so
Long right now.
can you Meliodas just dies here. They got vision, it's a Reaper Scythe easy. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you guess the Gaben potentially?
Like at this point of the game, it feels like my heart is telling me it's probably like 97, but like if this was like if everybody was at like peak condition, I'd assume this was like 99 to 1 already.
83%.
What?
83%.
Wow. Feel like,
I mean, I'm right with you. I think this game is. I think all the win conditions pretty much have shut for FOTA here. Just absolute
there's
masterwork flexing this Slark. Raika's doing very well on it. 3-1 and 10 as he will Scepter, going his Aghanim Shard and Blink Dagger. 7 whole permanent Agi. 7 Essence Shift. Karma though.
Wait,
A bit of
Sancho's
trouble. They get the duel off of
Uh,
him. First duel victory for Meliodas at 18 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, a good pickoff, but it's still not.
Nick.
I don't think they need like 5 or like 7 more of those if they want to come back. It's the silencer is just not enough. Like, look, Lifestealer still hasn't been able to buy his relic. The Legion is still working towards his blink. There's no incoming power spikes from Dire to abuse. Like, especially the Shadow Fiend went physical build as well.
Goodbye,
Like,
Papayas.
normally you'd expect the
It's nice
magical.
knowing you.
Oh my god.
Nick is, yeah, he's got the
Here.
Bloodthorn coming on Courier here too, so it's, yeah.
Dear. That is just desperate for farm. On any way. Kai falling really low here, but the turn of the Necroscythe with Eye of the Storm.
Ronin gets the telekinesis
my.
out on a Flygon, but he continues to chase with his ulti, and Meliodas, goodbye.
This is.
Now is
just-
normally the time where I talk about something other than Dota with my co-caster. What you been doing recently for fun, you know?
Oh. For me, I actually have
Is under attack.
finals. Like,
Oh
this is
no.
gonna be my last finals tomorrow. But it's like the last week has been so hectic. Tomorrow is gonna feel like a breeze. So I'm taking an engineering course, and like, with engineering courses comes projects like half the time, and it's been like the projects itself, themselves, I don't mind, but it's like coordinating with other people in groups that makes it difficult for me. It's like everybody's gonna have different timing. Like, I'd rather have done my shit like a week before, but they're only available on weekends. But ooh,
Max
Shadow
gets
Fiend.
out of the engage with the Ada Meliodas. 25 seconds on the Reaper Scythe. Completed Bloodthorn, as we saw there. Going Aghanim Scepter on Nick. Oh no. When I spot out Papayas trying to escape on a creep.
The itemization too, really spot on, especially with the snowball. This Bloodthorn is just going to. Ooh, it's going to cripple Dire's chances of coming back.
I mean,
Like, they
Bloodthorn is
want
the
to-
most broken item of the patch, so, you know. Opting instead to go
Sounds about
Daedalus
right, yeah.
Dire's bottom
instead of
tower
Aghanim Scepter. Sorry, what do you say?
I believe it's actually Butterfly. Like, it just enables these Agi carries so hard when they get the snowball. Wait.
To be fair, I think both items are quite good. Just they keep nerfing Oblivion staff items, and they keep being good. Smile.
Yeah, like if I recall correctly, like, Oblivion used to be a part of Mage Slayer, but
Yeah.
there you go. They just turn in a cornucopia, and then it doesn't feel like such a good first item pickup anymore.
I think I actually was playing it in-house the other day. Where I was playing Wyvern, and it was like the one game, because all of the enemy team's damage was spell damage. I was like, this is the one game where you go Mage Slayer first item on this hero instead of going Witchblade.
Yeah, that checks out, because like Curse is not gonna do much if they're all spellcasters.
Like they had Axe. Well, I play Wyvern as a core pretty much exclusively, so it's gonna be some right click item. But it was like they had Axe. I forget who their mid was. It wasn't Leshrac, but it was like some other really Zeus. It was like Axe, Zeus,
Whoa.
and their one was also very ability reliant.
Yeah,
Forgot exactly who their one
maybe?
was. And then all their supports were spell reliant, so it's like,
Dire's top
Hmm.
tower is under attack.
reduce incoming spell damage. Yes, please.
Oh, what? Oh,
Duel
yeah.
on an
Kai's
Acropos, but
very
he was able to get
brave
the Ghost
walking
Shroud
there,
off. The
but it
Global
doesn't matter
Silence
because
breaks
that
it up.
shroud-
Moving back in on a Meliodas. Reaper's Sight to get the kill as I've already killed the Shadow Fiend on the top side with the aid of Nick.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Yeah,
think this is a double-
this game has been over. GG called. We're going on to game 3 with a 2-0 lead for Dawn Academy.
Dire's top tower.
Oh, if the games are going to end this fast, I can definitely cast. I can go cast game 3 for sure.
Well,
my
we'll be right back after this intermission to get to game 3. See you after this. Welcome one, welcome all, and welcome to the Phoenix Dota Season 3 Australian Main Division Grand Finals between Dawn Academy and the Fellowship of the Ancients. My name is Finnick, joined by Cruel. We're getting ready to go with game number 3. Dawn Academy taking game number 2 in very convincing fashion, and are up 2-0 in the series. So this is match point for Dawn Academy. FOTA, Dire side once again with first pick. Once again, Dawn Academy. Conversely, Radiant side, 24th pick.
I don't like this. It's like watching a mirror of game 2 draft. Like, I took a look at the draft for game 1, and the reason they tried to first pick the Rubik on game 2 of on FOTA was because of Rubik being able to get the Jakiro spells and Puxus over and over in the fights. And I believe that's like, it's an unplayable matchup. You're just going to grief your team if you cast your Ice Path. Actually, like, to an extent, I think Macropyre would be a lesser value, because at least that you can just run away from Ice Path. It's already gonna make it so slow. He's not gonna be able to move in the fights.
It is. Necrophos is so counterable at the moment because he can't build BKB, right? Like, it's such a massive nerf to the hero, right? And last game, FOTA just didn't have the gold to answer it necessarily. I don't know what you're gonna do if Dawn Academy just counterpicks it like this, right? Like, a Necrophos can't run at people, then he's very sad.
Yeah, I see. The Radiant Dawn Academy's draft is trying to counter general sustained playstyles, or like these cheeky pickoffs with Shaman. But the Dire, FOTA, they're trying to address individual players. Like, for the second game, they just stole the Rubik to try to ruin Rykus' game, but instead you just pick Slark, which baits out even more counterable picks from FOTA on the Legion Commander and the Shadow Fiend. No, not Shadow Fiend. It's Legion and Lifestealer. There you go. This time they're trying to do it to Night Song, but yeah, this is definitely not the way. But maybe they'll prove us wrong here on the next picks.
Seconds remaining.
This. If they want to ruin, like, if this is a Necro offlane, if they want to ruin the Necro's game, I think it's just, you can actually just pick Chug here, straight up.
Yeah. It's a very sad lane. They go for the Silencer
Silence.
again.
I mean, this is still alright. It covers your teammate from getting just bursted down by the Necrophos ultimate. But I feel like this is actually one rare case where you can just straight up pick your carry.
5 seconds remaining.
Juggernaut.
Really hard to think of a pick for FOTA here. Like, what helps your Necrophos in this situation, or like what? I guess Lycan can run at Venomancer and Silencer both, but you're gonna reveal 2 cores at the first phase of your draft. This is really not optimal.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, that was an alarm. So let me.
Yeah, they're also finding it so difficult to find the heroes. I don't think there's anybody that saves the Necrophos game at this point, and having the ones that ruin the enemy supports game, it slots into your draft so incompatibly. Like, maybe a Night Stalker, but that just opens it up to being countered even, or like if they get what counters. Okay, they're going back to Jakiro. It's fair point. The Rubik is not going to get picked. They have Venomancer and Silencer already.
Yeah.
Issues. It's like Chikiro loves being able to follow up on somebody initiating, and Necro doesn't do that. I
5 seconds
I
remaining.
suppose you can just fit in a conventional Mars here, which might still be
No.
an.
No.
It's a Silencer. If you just
No.
put the arena up, they still rule it.
Why? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
Like, sealing the wards is, like, fine, right? But
Okay, yeah.
I don't see
Against
a reason
Silencer
to
also.
pick it. I just don't.
Yeah, there's
Like,
no way. We might be banking on being able to steal global silence, but that is like against any silencer with with that any heads up silencer, they're just going to cast another spell or just run away from the fights after pressing global. And the star comes out again.
10 seconds
Which
remaining.
okay. They might be moving the
5
Venomancer to
seconds
offlane.
remaining.
It is like even more of a
yeah.
gremlin lane. Like the Sar can just front for the Venomancer. The Pounce can almost guarantee the Gale hitting. Yeah, the trades against this offlane duo is going to be difficult. If it is, they might still move the Sark to carry position if the. Actually, if this Necrophos is mid, then yeah, they might pick a bully offlaner. But I guess still decide on that after this fourth pick from Dawn Academy.
Yeah.
Now the opposite problem is here for Dawn. Like there's so many good picks because the support duo of Dire looks there's no defensive heroes available to save themselves or their cores. Something like a Shadow Demon, it's not an option anymore. It's like I don't like picking both supports straight up. Like even if they first pick the Necrophos. It's like I think it's just overrated being able for picking your supports right away in the first three picks. Wow. Wait, wait. They could be doing something funny here. They put the Slark to carry, and they just make the FOTA scary life miserable with Viper Venomancer.
5 seconds remaining.
I think it still
like-
is up in the air, right?
It's
Like,
like
this
a Gale
Viper could
with-
obviously still be
yeah.
going mid.
Yeah, the
Centaur.
Gale and just poison attacks being stacked on top of each other. Like, you want to run away, but
Well, the
Abaddon
Necrophos is going the
banned.
mid lane, so I think the Viper goes there, right? And then
10 seconds remaining.
Like I know somebody who's a fan of putting these spellcasters on
5
carry role,
seconds
like
remaining.
Leshrac, Necrophos, even in Dispatch. He's very fairly high MMR also, but I don't think you'd do it in this game.
No,
With the
I
risk
don't.
of going against Viper Veno, there is no way you do that.
Well,
It's definitely going mid.
It's definitely going mid. Also, I don't like Centaur Warrunner into Viper. What are you doing,
Also,
man?
Slark.
Right? Like Viper hits Viper Strike on you, and then all of a sudden
10 seconds
you
remaining.
no longer reflect any damage back to him,
Radiant team ban.
which is like the
Might be issue of like limited hero pool here because there's so many better offense to do it. Like Mars will have a issue in team fight from the global silence, but the laning stage is at least going to be better. Like, there's a way to push back people, right? If they go on you and you're in a losing
5
lane.
seconds remaining.
But
Mars
this
is just
guy
also
just
a bad pick at this MMR bracket. like,
Mm.
but continue.
I suppose so. Actually, like, no, it streamlines the fights with the what's the facet called? The one that just blocks vision of the
Yeah.
other teammates. That one. It just makes the fights easier because like you get 2 people in an arena, maximum, even one minimum. You just make the fight simple. Like, oh, I want to burst this guy. I will put him in the circle where his team cannot save them.
Dire team ban.
It makes it simple like that. But here, I suppose yeah, like global just stops the spells from chaining together as well.
Yeah.
Juggernaut ban. Suppose it was up on the table,
10 seconds remaining.
but or maybe they're just banning
5
like the
seconds
easy,
remaining.
like fairly simple carry game plans.
Lifestealer, Ursa, and Juggernaut are all off the table, so I'm gonna have to go to something else.
Yeah.
Dire team pick.
If I had to pick a carry for Dire, I mean, actually I'd argue Terrorblade. They don't really have burst, plus like Stampede helps you move around the fights. Plus like the reflection, if I remember correctly, it also works on Slark.
10 seconds
So like
remaining.
he'd be stealing stats from himself, and the Venomancer would also get
5
slowed
seconds
by himself.
remaining. Radiant team picked.
But that's
Medusa.
I think there's a skill level that you have to reach for that. So yeah,
I
since
mean,
you're
at
on the
this
skill
point,
level
just
bracket,
throw the Slark carry when you see the Medusa matchup, right? Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? What? Huh?
Oh,
10 seconds remaining.
I'd argue actually this is still a good gift for Sark on any role. Like it can
5
be
seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
you can put him in post 4, and because have such a good game, you can just make him get a diffusal anyway.
Yeah, like,
And
River Drow.
Select your
okay,
heroes.
that's just
so the
that's it.
Venomants
Dude.
are off lane.
That's it. Dude. It's like if I had to put like odds on the game before everything
5 seconds
for anything
remaining.
starts, this has to be a 90-10. Of course, in the favor of Dawn. Like I don't think there's a power spike that I can wait for to be able to turn on Radiant.
I mean,
But
Dawn Academy has Kite for days, and FOTA doesn't have any way to engage.
Yeah.
Right? Like, other than Centaur Stomp.
but then again, they want to be able to blink initiate with Stomp and then like disengage possibly with the Stampede, but this is not happening this game. There is no way. The center is not gonna touch the Drow at melee range for like I don't know 7 minutes from minute 0. Like maybe he'd fuck up once, but I know it's so hard. You start with like 1 armor against Drow that abuses physical so badly.
Well, I mean, just
Point.
think about it. Like, how much slow does Dawn Academy have on their team? Right? How much kite tool? Like, it's
Okay, on the flip side, they don't have stuns.
they do not have stuns. That is
Yeah.
correct.
That's a silver lining.
However, if you aren't moving because you're hit by a venomous gale and frost arrows and I can't remember what the Viper's auto attack's called, poison attack.
Poison
Right?
attack, yeah.
Prepare for battle.
What can you do?
They just press Stampede. Actually, just Stampede. At least they can't stop
Yeah, but
it, right? But after that, it's over.
I mean,
Interesting. Okay, same starting items from the Sark here. Hey, I wonder if they're gonna have a meet and greet session on mid lane again. I guess
Potentially.
not.
got a
They're
little smoke on smoke action. Papayas.
very brave walking up like that against a Slark. They might just be being unaware of Slarks. Wow.
Are they swapping their position? I think they're swapping their positions here because Papayas has the observer ward, so they're sending him mid and then Max safe lane. Reka is trying to be an absolute menace. Caught out between the T1 and T2. Flygon's here.
Such a weird position.
Swades with the
Everybody's
frost
so
arrow.
disconnected. That was okay. I mean, they're saving their spells, but like if they somehow get down on one person in between their own tier 1s, I think that could have been bad for Dawn, but luckily it was fine. Wait. kill going out onto 2 here, but it's not really gonna do much. And the Rune Split goes 2 for 2. And okay, I'm not a
Rikos.
fan of trade. Because yeah, so I can just do that. And they're losing so many, so much. Okay, not really. I guess the Medusa gets on. Okay. You remember how he said they had a lot of slow?
Yeah.
I think what led them to the Medusa pick was exactly that. Because he took the
Oh, he
undulation
took
passive.
undulation.
Okay, definitely some thinking
That's a
going on,
cook.
but
That
sure.
is a major cook.
Yeah, that's a cook for sure, but it's
And,
just that the
and
rest of
Rikos is just
the
going straight to Fusel Blade, as you were saying, right? So, like, no Yule Scepter, just... Hello?
like, my God, even before anything happens, he's already doing his job. Like he has a fuse. He's burned so much of the Jakira's mana on himself. It doesn't even need Dark Pact to remove it. He just runs away and regens it all back up with the innate.
Yeah.
No,
Disgusting.
mid lane.
Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, to segue the disgusting word, mid lane. Very, very terrible matchup for Necro. They can't even get close to the creeps. Okay. Okay, no. I guess I'll take that back. Casual trades him, but look at the Viper's denies. Like the last hit to deny should say 1:1.
Yeah.
This like on higher levels this is going to be even way harder for the Necrophos. And he hasn't even dropped his ward actually. I think he's aware like, of the early Sentry smoke play done by Dawn here. So he'll just hold it for the 5-minute rune. Or like 5-minute time switch. Oh my god, level 2
Flygon's
Q1
also
Viper.
having a very free lane right now, 11-5 to 2-1.
Yeah, like, the Centaur having a 1 armor issue being solved by 2 Ring of Protections here. I like this pickup, but it only going to mitigate the damage just a tiny bit. It's still going to be annoying as lane since like you're gonna touch the creeps and then the Drow is just going to send like 4 frost arrows on you for each one that you take. Or I guess he'd prefer to conserve mana at this point. Because of the Lotus fight, which is not going to end happening since they just push the lane on FOTA here. I actually like this play a lot every time. At 2:30, I want my core to be pushing the lane so that we can have a free Lotus fight. They're gonna have to choose to tank a massive wave, or they're gonna have to ignore their own creep wave and lose XP because of it. If they want to fight the Lotus, that is, which they just opted not to. Wow. Instant D-ward on top because being placed because they want to be aware of where the Slark is, but the innate just lets him spot it out almost ASAP. I think this is going to be even more lopsided. Like on mid lane, at least it was sort of even in the last game, DKSF until the Rubik rotation. But now it's Viper into Necro.
16 and
Yeah,
15. What the heck?
Disgusting.
Hello?
Disgusting Dota. Dota nonetheless, but man, I never want. I don't want to see this in my games, in the games I watch. Don't put it near me.
This is Dota for absolute sickos. Or for those who watch
yeah.
American baseball,
Oh my god.
Guardians Dota.
Is that the name of
It's a team.
really unorthodox team?
The Cleveland Guardians are a team who have a style of baseball that can only be described as absolute chaos.
Oh my god,
And thus baseball for absolute sickos. So yeah, that's what That's what
Oh my
Nick is right now.
Is under attack.
He is
Yeah,
he's currently the Stephen Kwan of Phoenix Australian main
Wow.
division.
Rocket's falling really low on top here, but I think this guy's. It's definitely not his first rodeo on Slark. He's been playing like this since game 2. Every time he's low HP. I mean, I guess he did fumble once. One time. One death on the lane on game 2, but this no, he manages
They're
to just
leading all three lanes
stay on
in
the
terms
edge.
of CS. If I look at the net worth, I'm gonna cry. I am so gonna cry. This Viper is at 2,600 net worth at 6 minutes.
And
He is
it's,
almost at 500 GPM in the laning phase.
Yeah, this Necro is a 700. No, this Necro and Centaur are just 700 gold off from being a support as well. Yeah. I guess Radiant won in the draft also, but these heroes,
Radiant structures are fortified.
this doesn't feel like Dota. I wouldn't wanna say this is Dota. It's nasty, dude. Just Viper and Venomancer just ruining two. Okay. Venomancer into Medusa. Not so bad, but it's just the hero is just so oppressive like this. You're under tower and you have to fear for your life. Because
I mean, they're gonna lose Lola here.
that's a
pretty
massive
easily.
creep wave under tower. They can't do anything. Because they don't have the damage to legally beat.
I like Max has no
Wow.
mana here. He's already expanded his magic wand, so he just dies. Just straight up.
He's running away from this tower at 7 minutes.
Like he literally just straight up dies here.
He can't even take the gate because his mana is so low. You're running away from the creep wave as a carry. This feels so demoralizing.
And they're trying to scan
And
out
yet,
Max
the
here.
shoes-
Finally has mana for the TP and just TP's back to base. Meanwhile, Meliodas goes down to Flygon. I mean, this is an utter thrashing already in the lane phase.
Oh my god. I think it's man. Yeah, this has to be an uninstall. This Jakirus. It's the same thing. He presses Q on the wave one time. And then he gets like these 4 wards just spawning beside him after this green ball comes at him out of nowhere. Like the first time he died because there's some creeper, but this time it still feels bad. You know, they're so ahead, you can't do anything about this.
I mean, I like, and here's the thing, right? Like, you took undulation for, so you can't get slowed as Medusa. Well, first of all, Lole is very dead here. Night Song might not survive. Max, 6 seconds on the Mystic Snake. Won't get slowed, but Night Song is faster.
Yikes. That's a 1v2.
Dire's middle
The
tower
Slark
is
was
under attack.
he was placing vision and securing ruins the whole time.
bye,
Like,
Max.
this minute-
Leashed by the Slark. Stick pop.
Go.
Goodbye.
Not enough though. My god. I thought that getting shot under tower like the Necropose on the first play was probably felt bad. No, somebody has it worse.
Telekinesis, Flygon. Gets the silence. Arcane Curse on 2. Follow up with the multi-shot. Silence on Meliodas. Rykus gets the TP down. And Meliodas ends up falling. Rykus not even needing the TP to secure that kill.
Very smart pickups actually from the Centaur, but despite that, it's just the nature of the matchup. Like, he stacked armor to prevent the Drow from being able to get free chip on him every time, but you're still not going to be able to do anything. And when you tried something, this is what happens.
Speaking of Mage Slayer, by the way, Nick going that first item. Pretty common on Viper, but still
Dire's
an apt pickup this game.
That's fair. Like, the Medusa's not going to do anything for the minimum first 20 minutes rather of this game. And like Centaur, Necro Rubik, Jakiro, they're all magic. very smart pickup.
Yeah.
I see people opting for the what's it called? The Eternal Shroud instead, so they have
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
what's it called? They have mana all time. Wait, global happening.
Global silence.
Ooh.
Used to disengage bot side. I was looking at this dive mid because Nick is just sitting between the T1 and T2s right now.
And that's where I was looking
Mid
for,
laners
'cause
aren't supposed to
this-
cut the wave like this, by the way.
Dire's
Yeah,
middle
the
In
last
case
time
you're
they
wondering.
did, I think it was
Dire's
Primal
bottom
Beast,
tower is under
but
attack.
no. Actually, no. Technically, no. It was just actually at TI. They did this thing where the Primal Beast cleared the the safe lane wave, the enemy safe lane's wave, and then they TP'd mid.
Meliodas,
this-
Arcane Cursed.
that-
Dodging away from the
Last
frost
time-
arrows. Multi-shot misses, but he should end up dying. And he does. Flygon caught in the dual breath. Slowed up so Lily can get away to safety, but 7 kills to 0, 11 minutes in. Rykus now is taking the sidewave farm for himself because evidently his core doesn't need it. Karma barely survives bot side. Flygon gets a multi-shot. Double kill on the first kill of the game, going over to Dire. Goes over to Lole, picking up Karma.
Okay. Hate to say this, but I was just informed that apparently we're not live.
We are definitely live.
Wait, really?
What? Yeah, I'm.
Wait, hold up. Let me open it just in case.
Yeah, we're definitely live.
Oh,
I don't know
strange.
Dire's middle
who's thinking about that. I'm looking at the stream preview on YouTube.
Oh,
So-
YouTube. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay. I was looking at the Twitch. Okay, that's why.
Yeah, I'm only streaming to YouTube at the moment instead of streaming to both platforms. I linked the YouTube link in the announcement. They were able to get a Reaper side bot side. Night Song. Moving in on to Lole alongside Nick and Rykez and Karma. Meliodas now trying to run away with the Dark Pact from Rykez. Might say Centaur. I do.
Wait.
Or adieu.
Ooh, almost a
The
third
Village
kill
does
there.
not get the kill.
Unfortunate. That's like nature of the four soul. Wait, is it four souls? Yeah, it is just the nature of the four soul team. It was so close to touching that Sleric with the what's it called? Double edge, but I honestly believe the Centaur is trying his very best right
middle
now.
tower is under attack.
He's played the lane like he knows exactly what would happen, hence the armor stacking. And every time they traded against the Drow, it's like very close also to the Drow being picked off, but it just wasn't enough. Oh my god, it's just
Also,
Actually, just-
Papayas, please. I'm begging you. Whatever you think you're about to build, and I know what item you think you're about to build, but I'm not going to say it. Consider a blade mail instead. Thank you. Lole,
basic. Oh my god, okay.
very dead.
I'm not a fan of the face boots, but I guess anything to help you run.
I guess, but like, please just go blade mail. Don't go radiance. Blade mail is the only thing that you can go in this case. He does get nice Reaper Scythe off, but that Venom ulti does a lot of damage. Rykez here trying to hold on the Wisdom, but ends up losing his life for it, so it ends up being 2-4-0. Favorite Dire, but Max is pretty low on mana. Night Song's still here. Nick moving his way in. Meliodas trying to cut away. Ronin picks up a Blade Ward. Macropyre down. Meliodas and Nick. Ships passing in the night. Nick slowed up by the Plague Warriors from the
so close
Rubik.
to
Night
Rubik.
Song staring at the Medusa for a little bit too long. This is actually quite a bit of an overdrive from Radiant. Double kill for Max.
Oh my god.
That is
Plague Ward
actually a massive gold swing in favor of Dire.
I mean, you have to take anything you can get for Dire here, and these two annoying heroes. definitely not the best, but you want anything to get right now. Is anything to hold you to any of the Medusa's timings. Like, maybe the Skadi on the high ground should be. She,
Yeah.
normally, Butterfly is the power spike for Medusas here, but it's against a draw. I'm not sure how you want to build against somebody that can pierce your evasion at any time of the game. But I think anything. Medusa is still going to be their hyper carry here, and they have to stall the game long enough for that. Yes, top CS. Oh yeah, right. Sorry, Medusa is top CS right now, but she's only on par with a draw in terms of net worth. And when your team is banking on you to be the hope of the late game, I
Nice
think you want to be
Slark,
way more.
Rykos. Might be in trouble alongside Karma, but the Centaur Stomp whiffs.
A little bit of a uncoordinated spellcasting here, but as long as you get away without casualties. Oh yeah, this Slark, he is so close to defusal. 300 more, no, 200 more gold. It's going to make Medusa sneak even worse.
In trouble.
They have to hold on.
4v1 bot side. Meliodas has Stampede, but the Global Silence stops it before it happens. Staying around, I'm not sure about that, but they do take down the tower.
Wait, hold up.
Papayas does not know he's about to die. Rykos moving in, gets the leash. Flygon's here. Silence, but Ghost Shroud activated, so we'll live for a little bit longer. Rykos continuing. Stampede used. Dark Pact to get out from Rykos.
Oh. No, the
Meliodas,
Medusa,
though, mid lane.
The Medusa undulation is thinking out of the box. I appreciate that, but on the flip side, it actually ruins how the centaur could be saving her, because she doesn't benefit from the stampede.
Nope.
Like, it's like if your team wants to go back, the centaur has to build an Aghanims to be able to pull the Medusa as well. This makes the disengage a lot harder. So you have to factor in the Medusa not being unable to run at all.
Rykos has Diffusal now as well.
But actually, going back to slows again, like the Rubik sees 4 slows and decides he wants to build a boots of
Break.
rain to counter it.
On Medusa. Gets the ulti out. Rykos with the Dark Pact. Reaper Scythe kills one of the supports. Blink, Centaur Stomp. Rykos with the double edge. Lole ends up getting that kill. It's 2 for 0. Both supports down in the mid lane.
Okay. For how much Radiant was in the lead, it's not showing a lot on the gold. It's these small skirmishes that end up just being overconfident on Radiant. If they just play slow and siege towers with the Venomancer, like draw, being able to take the opposite side of the map as well while the siege is ongoing, because there's no way they're going to stampede into a bunch of plague wards set up for the siege. And they don't mind going late game, technically, because of the Shard of the Drow. But Centaur and the Medusa having a game again from these small pickoffs might just change that.
Oh, Max
Pickoffs.
being drained by Rykos. Dark Pact under the tower. He's trying to kill Max. The Global Silence being used. 4 stacks of the stick in 5 seconds. Max being dope under the T3. Rykos cannot get the kill. He's caught by the Ice Path, and Nurneen picks up the kill. As Meliodas gets Night Song as well. That is such an overdive. Just way too much commit. The gold is now dead even. They were so far in the lead early on. They had an 8k gold lead at like 15 minutes. Like, what? What has happened here?
Sliver of hope from Dire, not looking just... It's more than a sliver now. Like, they actually managed to even out the net worth. Matter of fact, it's small, but they still have the lead. This is not supposed to be happening with how the lanes won.
Yeah, just massive blunders by Dawn Academy, and good on FOTA for
The ice
punishing
path,
said
by the way,
blunders.
on the tier 3, the ice path actually, it was the only saving grace for the Medusa. The Stampede interaction almost killed her there. But wait, hold up. Wait, why is the Silencer so low? I mean, no, rather, Necrophos so low. Like, one Q and E brought him to half HP already. Oh, I see. No defensive items. Yeah.
Yeah, just one straight Radiance.
that's
20-minute
that.
Radiance is not a great timing, but you know, if you've clawed your way back into the game, it's less punished. I still personally think that, given the game state, he should have already had a different item by this point.
Hello?
Stampede, Reaper's Sight, Flygon goes down, Karma gets something stolen away from him, Telekinesis back, Double Edge, and Papayas picks up the kill.
Oh, it's going to be a way different game to be played by Radiant.
Indeed.
The bright side, the Slark's already transitioned. Or rather, never mind. He got the casual diffusal blade and then he's going back to utility on the Glimmer. But wait,
Meliodas points away from
hands
Lycos.
here on Meliodas. Wow. What a reaction time. And when he spots out, he immediately blinks. Actually, going back to the Necrophos, like, I think the Radiance is still fine, but the game, it doesn't help your team in installing the game.
The thing is, based on the early game state, he should have had a Blade Mail or something similar, right? By this point.
Eternal Shot would be fire here.
And like now it doesn't get punished because, you know, they're now in the lead. But it's if Dawn Academy didn't throw, this Radiance wouldn't have even appeared by the end of this game. So,
Actually, interesting item choice also on Medusa. Despite the Drow issue being here, he still opts for the Butterfly. I guess the game plan is going to be maybe she'll get a blink later on and just get close to the Drow and disable the marksmanship and get some value back on it. But it's definitely going to be a weird game. You have to have a unique approach in how you deal with the Drow. With how the player thought of taking undulation against the slows, maybe we get to see something special again here.
perhaps.
But, oh, okay. Radiant looks like they have their game face back on. Venomancer is going for a pipe now to deal with the magic damage of like 4 heroes already tired. Speaking of Venomancer,
Force off away from Meliodas'
they're
stomp,
attempting an
but
up here with a mist.
they got the Stampede, Global Silence as well. Papayas, though, pretty low, has the Reaper Sight, though. And gets the kill, but Papaya is still taking a lot of damage from the Noxious Plague, and Meliodas FAFO'd. Night Song ends up picking up that kill just barely off the ulti, and Rubik barely able to TP away before Rykus could leech him.
That was a 1v5 and Kai manages to take it. How? What a hero, actually. Oh, he's second in net worth. But still, like, it's a 1v5. It's insane how such hero... How? You're not supposed to get a turn kill there.
So, personally, if I were Rykos, I wouldn't even go this Glimmer Cape. I would just... You're the only one on your team who could feasibly buy a Nullifier. You should do it. Because this Necrophos is becoming a problem.
Yeah. Thunder Shot also being picked up to make it last even more in fights. This pickup I can definitely agree with. And
right,
maybe
like...
same chances with the Radiance duo. Makes him stay longer, more DOT. But definitely have to stay on top of the draw at all times.
Yeah.
Anybody from Dire has to do it.
Yeah. Going to need the Death Seeker to make that happen, though. eventually. But in the meantime, Max
Like, TP in front, coming off
forward,
from the next
dispels
here.
the silence from Silencer. Karma ends up falling. Stone Gaze used alongside the Stampede. Night Sog force-staffing himself to safety. Other Papayas also hit by a Spirit Vessel there. Night Song pretty low. Ends up going down, but there should be a dead Papayas. Just another tick. Barely surviving. Reaper Scythe is swinging the miss and ends up being 3 for 1 in favor of Dire.
They need the pipe here on Radiant before they take any further fights. That's
Definitely.
they're just too much damage now. They let them get away with too much.
Definitely need a pipe. Again, I just think Slark should just greed for a nullifier TM. I know that's like very against the instincts of like every support player ever, but no one else on this team can build it, and that's the only way to deal with a Necrophos. So you just gotta, yeah.
This time
I
I'd
don't know.
argue they have to treat Draw like Mr. President here. They have to have the Slark build utility and save the Drow from the Centaur, who's able to initiate onto her every single time in these fights. It makes it so hard for them to dish out damage because this Viper built Mage Slayer, right, and Pike, but yeah, that's not gonna go through a Ghost Shrouded Necrophos. And wait, what? Oh, okay. Oh, Pipe coming out from the center. It's going to make these fights even harder for Dawn. Drow's their only viable damage dealer at this stage of the game. Aghanim's on the Drow. I'm not a fan of it getting it first item. Normally you'd think it's for the Necrophos, but it's not going to do anything once he presses. I guess it will stop the regen, but
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Frost Arrow or of Aghanim Scepter on Drow in general right now. It's just been nerfed so much. You have a Spirit Vessel from your Venomancer already, so like I get it. It's like stacking, but yeah. I feel like Hurricane Pike. If you already had the Hurricane Pike by this moment, you would be able to save yourself a lot more in these fights and be more useful. And it's like, yeah, like Necrophos is scary, but
yeah,
someone's got
actually
it. Someone on this team has to build that item because otherwise he's just gonna run at you. And...
Yeah, I say the Necro again. Yulsum's like again would still be fine against the Necrophos because it can purge the Ghost Shroud off. And also give your team some time to space themselves.
Yeah, Yules would work.
Answer here. So are you a fan of getting Aghanim's Scepter on Silencer? Because I believe that the Refresher Orb would be more value. Because like, you get to silence the enemy team for like 9 to 10 to 12 seconds.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Because like, Aghanim's, sure it slows them, but like, with how many spells Dire casts in each team fight, I believe that Refresher Orb, at least in this game, definitely has more value.
I'm definitely in agreement with you there.
Like, Force Staff on Jakiro, it already does so much kiting. Matter of fact, even saved the Medusa on the bottom dive on the tier 3. And like, look at what the Radiant supports have. It's a diffuser on Slark Edge. It was paying off when they were ahead, but now that they're like, Dire brought the game back to nearly even. Matter of fact, they're 2k ahead right now. It's losing its use. Like it's against a Medusa, sure, but it just feels like empty net worth.
Do better than that. You are too noisy to live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like look, like the Rubik's richer again than this Slark, despite that insane early game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, like, okay, I feel like Dire is solving an incredibly hard puzzle, and they almost have the right pieces. The only thing they need to fix is like how they approach the draw later on to the game. Once they fix that, the Medusa will be unstoppable.
Mm. We're still waiting out the pause. Hit aggro once again.
Looks like the Medusa is going to come online with the Manta Butterfly pickup. Suddenly, this pipe on Venomancer doesn't look like it'll have the same impact as like the pipe coming in from Centaur. So this they're gonna have the physical damage ready soon on their side, and I feel like it feels like the item lost its timing. It's still going to be useful, 100%. Centaur, Necro, Rubik, Jakiro, but this would have been a very different game had he gone for pipe before the pike. They were
Yeah.
so cocky walking up to their backgrounds, like the Wisdom Rune fights. If they had a pipe there, there's no way that they should be able to get that turn. Okay. Right. So, ooh, also, notice the Rubik picks up Lotus Orb on his quick buy. I think it'll actually do so much for this Necrophos. It's going to be able to help him dispel the silence from the Silencer and the Drow, and it stops him from getting focused by the Venomancer ulti. Same with the Viper. It's going to enable him so much more, and the fact that he has Eternal Shroud and Radiance, and I'm assuming he's gonna build Shard since he has like 1,000 gold, I think, unless that's a bug. Yeah, 1,000. When he gets a Shard, he's just nothing's going to be able to stop him from sitting on top of the Drow, which is the issue that Dire needs to address in these coming team fights.
Yeah.
Thinking back, did I jinx this? Because I said like I remember before the game two ended, said that I can definitely cast these games if it's going to be this short. Now this looks like we're gonna have like two 50-minute games. Hmm. BKB and Shard on the Viper. Nah. I think she went for the Caustic Bath facet. I think that the Aghanim's Scepter would have had much more impact for the Viper here. It allows him to get into the middle of the Dire team without taking too much damage. It, it should be able to slow them enough to let draw free hit.
Yeah. We're gonna pop to the intermission screen for this. Oh, wait. We're ready?
Wait, actually coming back.
Like,
golden time.
just we've run out of things to say.
Shard and Viper. Yeah, I'm not sure about the optimization of this Viper. This Shard will do the job that's already going to be done by the Drow, which is sieging high ground. So you're putting eggs. You're putting too many eggs in one basket here. I want them to be able to take the role of the front line here and stop, like, okay, no blinks on the Rubik, but it can take so much attention away from the rest of your team by taking Aghanims on Viper, spitting on people, spitting on the floor with Nether Toxin and just diving into it with Aghanims. It's 4 times the effect, was it, on the eggs? 4 times the attack speed slow. Plus you have naturally high magic res, compounded with the Mage Slayer pickup. You're going to be able to tank for your team 100%, especially with the stats that Aghanims gives you. Wait, walking up into the high ground here on
Leash on low lane, Meliodas.
Sunday.
Link Centaur Stomp and Double Edge against the kill. You know, the global silence being thrown down by Karma. Why are you walking up that high ground, my dude?
Ooh, okay. Yeah, these giveaways, they've just this is repeated so many times. It's like what, 10 minutes? 11? No. It was when they walked up the high ground on the Wisdom, so it's like 14, I think. Like it just looks so dire for FOTA, but every time these silly lone missions into the dire high ground has costed Dawn so many free deaths. Look, they're supposed to be doing this. They're supposed to be able to group up and just take towers every time they have their timings up. But oh, it's such a mistake, actually.
Smoke, FOTA, towards Night Song.
They call him on the ward. Are they able to find him? Oh yeah, this they will. Night Song just
Goodbye.
too greedy, my friend.
Oh no, we bought the recipe instead of the... Okay. Yeah, because the courier was not the secret shop. Trying the last minute buy to save himself there, but...
This warding mission of the silencer. Wait, there's no way he's getting away with this. Wait, there's no way the Rubik got global.
Wait,
he
what?
actually managed to do it.
How? How is that even possible without... He doesn't have a Lotus Orb yet. He doesn't have a Dispel yet.
Wait.
How do you not use another spell for 5.25 seconds?
Alright, I'm curious as well. You don't have to, but I want to check it also. Wait. How did it happen? I reckon it was like when the silencer went on the ward mission, warding mission on the bottom.
It has to be. Nick, Viper Strike, Meliodas. Global Silence used by Ronin, though. Backing out of the way is Dawn Academy, but Vrykes, he's trying to dive, gets caught in a Reaper Scythe and taken down. Max. Stone Gaze up and available. They use the Global Silence from the Silencer, but Max gets the Stone Gaze out. Root lands on a Karma, and both supports die once again. They have the Stone Gaze got on top of Flygon, but didn't have vision of him, so didn't know that Drow Ranger was pretty dead there if they turned.
God, I went back for the moment where he got global silence, and The Sancer just forgot to cast another spell after using global. Like the moment he walked up to high ground, he didn't cast another spell, so that's how the Rubik got it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, to be fair, you have to have awareness, right? Normally,
Right, guys, TPing
you
in. They're
have to
going
just-
again. They're just gonna keep putting themselves up against the brick wall. Max has no mana, but it doesn't quite matter, right? Because he's trying his hardest. He's got the Shadow Dance going. Max, Force Staff back into the fight. He's still getting the damage out. Nick finally kills him. And they get the Noxious Plague out as well on 3 members of the Dire team. Rykus was able to regen up off his innate. Papaya is silenced by Flygon. He's able to free hit right now, but he ends up getting too close to the enemy team, and now doesn't have the marksmanship going. It was just being taken down by being in the same zip code as Papaya's. Meanwhile, Rykus was able to get out the Jakiro, but they've lost their 3, their 1, and one of their supports. Rykus, Leash on Meliodas, Double Edge comes through. Slark gets the Shadow Dance out. Might be able to kill Meliodas, but gets turned around with the Reaper's Scythe, and Papayas gets that kill.
It's insane. The Slark got the timing right for the Dark Pack, but the blink from the Centaur was just perfect. It actually managed to stop him from escaping with a pounce. It also feels like that Dawn just tunnel visioned onto the Medusa. They thought he was the only issue, but no, you let Necrophos get net worth, and you let him sit in the middle of your team. Oh, and it's coming back to bite them in the ass. So hard.
Very much so.
Also, huge kudos to this Centaur. He played the lane matchup well enough so that the draw won't be able to get the massive lead as well. And it's almost all of these fights, it's always the hoof stomps to start that end up making the fight so easy for the rest of the course to clean up. So Lotus Orb also coming from the Necro after the Rubik picked it up. They just really value their dispels against Global, which is a very good thing to pick up on.
Meliodas
Wow,
finds Rykos.
a good timing for the Centaur Hoof Stomp. Like, some people just get overzealous and they just, the moment they see a slide, they just blink in and stun ASAP. But no, he had the patience to wait for him to clear the wave.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Conversely, it's also the Slark being a bit too impatient with the wave clear.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And here we go, the Medusa's picked up Skadi. The moment she gets Aghanim's, like, nobody on Dawn is going to be able to move except maybe the Slark.
Radiant are scanning. Radiant are scanning.
And Max is ready to feed them with their own medicine. Wait.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Becoming mid from the Necrophos. Rykos pushing the tower with the rest of his team. TP's onto Ronin. In here, caught a little bit by Night Song and company. Ronin goes down. Flygon, meanwhile, pushes himself under the own tower with the Dragon Lance, or Hurricane Pike, excuse me. Nick, meanwhile, getting some damage on the Papayas. Rykos goes down once again. Silence on the Papayas. Force Staff out of the way. There's a lot of damage coming in from Nick. Papayas, so low, finally goes down. Meanwhile, Max finds Night Song with the element of Meliodas, but kiting out is Flygon, and Meliodas gets taken down. 4 for 2 thus far, and now it's just Max all alone. Takes down the Silencer, but it's 2v1. Max has already expended the Stone Gaze. Nick, force-staffing himself, gets his ultimate out on top of Medusa, but Max goes to safety as no slows for the Duce here.
finally paying off, this undulation. Like on the bottom fight where Max almost died from Raikas chasing him, it finally paid back in this mid engagement where he was in no man's land after the whole team died. But the undulation saving him from the Viper is slow. Ooh. It's actually an insane cook. Also, Crystal is being picked up on Medusa. I guess definitely conventional way to play this, but I think you have to keep doing these unique thought processes. I actually think that this Medusa needs to frontline for the team.
Seems likely, but also is the slowest of the team members, right? So it's pretty hard to play like that.
This is where you, I believe, you can solve that issue by building a maybe not Swift Blink. It's definitely still fine since it gives you damage from agility, but I'm actually a fan of Arcane Blink here on Medusa, or maybe Overwhelming Blink as well to slow other people when you go in.
Tormentor taken, goes to Night Song.
Whoa. There we go. Aghanim's being picked up finally, or at least on the quick buy of the Medusa. Wait, okay, if the Medusa gets into the middle of the fight, he's going to be able to set up for the team as well, since the Skadi debuff will apply on everybody.
Remember Undulation Medusa 3? That was fun.
Oh, yeah, it was one of...
Just Rush Meteor Hammer smile.
It was one of the patches where I was in a small tournament and I had to play offlane, and I actually really wanted to play it because it's a very simple job, and the fact that you're Medusa means that nobody expects you to go blink and run in alone to stop for your team. It was one patch where it was viable. You just go in with a heck, perhaps, and then the volley, and that's usually it's like 6 seconds of lockdown.
Blank, Hex, Meme Hammer, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Good times, good times.
Ooh, and the Gleipnir as well. I can't forget it. It makes the AoE
Oh yeah, I
of
forgot the
everything
Gleipnir.
much bigger.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, gold is back to even between the two teams after that last fight. Centaur playing very low economy this game, but building in towards that Shiva's guard.
If you want somebody to be on low net worth or to be suffering on the dire course, it's definitely gotta be the Centaur. He doesn't need much net worth to do his job, as we saw from like almost all of the fights taken. And his Medusa and Necro require a lot of net worth to be able to do their thing, which they definitely have been. You look at this Necro with a godlike streak, was it earlier? Ended by Night Song. And well, Medusa being this Medusa, one of the most insane late game carries.
And Aghanim Scepter is coming on Courier right now for Max.
While we're on the topic of items, Nick sold a fair bit of his small items already. Just 2 free right now, and he's rushing Nullifier. Nullifier is good against Necro, but I definitely still would have loved to see the Aghanims coming out from Viper. Like, you don't get to slow the Medusa, but when you apply the corrosive skin to her, she just loses so much attack speed. It's going to be, in turn, it's going to help your team survive a lot more. That combined with the pipe from Night Song, it might just be how they have to deal with the team fighting of FOTA here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Rykos up high ground. Shadow dances away. Flygon has the Aegis of the Immortal. As Renine steals Nether Toxin.
Like stealing Nether Toxin used to be so fun when it actually applied break, but they have to move that back to the old team.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy because like when you had the break, it used to be a better steal than the Nether Toxin. Like one, it gives you so much farm. Two, it you can use it to screw over Viper himself. Now sure you clear wave with it, but most of the time people are not going to sit in Nether Toxin in a fight. Wind Waker queued up for Night Song here. I suppose he could use it to save his team. Slash draw. Slash himself also with the moving active. But I would have rather seen X actually, and he still has some mystic stuff, so he might go for it, but I suppose we'll see.
Fire coming on Courier for Nick.
Oh, BKB pickup on the Necrophos. Funny story
Come
since we were
on!
actually talking about it earlier.
Come on! Yeah, you play in a competitive league. You have read the patch notes. I would like to know what your justification for this is, Papayas.
Wait. Interesting dagger pickup from the Slurk, because normally when you want mobility, you just go for the Aghanims, which is almost twice the price. For that, I could see why you wouldn't want it, but it just gives you so much else also. Like, instead of traveling like 1.2k units every 14 seconds, you can do that with 2 charges of pounce, and then you get way more distance. And it's strange how oh wait, no, they're not. They don't want to siege on Radiant. They just want to wait for the next Roshan. Wait, no.
They have Aegis for
Wait, they
another
already
minute
took it?
45.
So they can't touch high ground anyway, I guess. They just get wave clear from Dusa. Sheamus. Yeah, this has to be the best slash most cost-effective build on Centaur right now. Really good itemization from Meliodas. Yes, maybe cherry on top right now would be the Aghanims finally, so the Medusa doesn't have to worry about staying on top of the draw. Other than that, like, well done.
Raikas.
Interesting.
Caught.
Ooh, okay.
Gets the ulta. Still caught in a Centaur stomp. The vision comes out. The global silence saving him. Flygon makes his presence known in the fight as the TP comes out from Renine. Cutting away are the Radiant side. 38 seconds on the Aegis.
You rat. Nick, you rat. Wow, you
Trying
just
to play
forced
Rat
us
Dota
out.
right
Get
there.
away.
With the Aghanim shard. 22 seconds on Aegis.
So I suppose that's one thing the Aghanim shard gives you. Like, more people can participate in the tower push, but I would... He's free to prove me wrong by taking another lane here, but I definitely think an Aghanim still would have been more impact.
I'll take that.
Oh, here we go. Blink picked up on the Medusa.
Centaur. Getting the ult out. Night Song before stepping away. Will sacrifice the silencer for it.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's a level 30 Dusa for you.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
For the intelligence talent there as well.
Oh yeah, this Viper is dead. This Venomancer also.
I know, for stepping to safety.
Wait, no. High ground.
Viper
Smith.
able to BKB, get away from the slip and the Scotty. Meanwhile, at the high ground, able to get the Rubik. They might be able to find Necrophos as well, Raikas. Moving in, Force Staff, Flygon. The Reaper Scythe, not enough damage. Other Papayas goes down, but the Medusa comes in, takes down the Drow Ranger.
Oh, he was almost safe there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Like maybe he goes back into the Depth Shroud on Flygon and gusts the Medusa away, then runs away. But him moving to the he could have stayed for like maybe half a second more to help kite the Medusa from hitting, but suddenly, I mean, Radiant's back in the lead, but I would rather not have the Drow die.
Minute 18 on the next earliest Roshan spawn. Blink in, Raikus. That's Medusa. Use the Manta.
Not sure. This Viper feels like he's going for the build for the other facet. He wants to build a lot of right click here. Maybe I would agree if he had the other one, but this is, I guess it's a way to deal with the Medusa's butterfly. Wow, there we go. Also on the Centaur, queuing up Aghanims. But suddenly the Viper will have a harder time trying to burst down this Medusa. Oh, there we go. The Sancer is skewing up the refresher. Like, I reckon if he gets one wave and sells the point booster, he could get the refresher right now, but...
All pylon the
bet
Slark
on
top
Blackest.
side. There's 7 or 8 Reaper Scythe kills now for the Acrophos.
Oh, one minute for Roshan.
Karma, Arcane Curse, and Papayas. Buyback on the
Hey,
Slark.
there.
They're gonna play this fight on the high ground. They've got vision for it right now. Centaur trying to get out of dodge with the Stampede on the
stunned.
Papayas forced off a raise, but Raikus has forced the ultimate out of Max. Ronin goes down, a blink onto the Drow, Flygon kiting away. Karma can't get away from the Medusa though. So far, 2 supports have gone down. Flygon dodging through the trees. Raikus up on Meliodas. Night Song cutting with the Plague Wards. Nick, BKB, Raikus, and the rest of the team in there. They don't have the circles for this draft, but Jole very low, barely surviving. No one's died quite yet, but Flygon, he's now in a duel with Max. Max has more damage now, though. In comes Papayas. He doesn't have Reaper Sight, but I don't think he's gonna need it. Flygon goes down. 2 for 2 thus far. Meliodas being taken down by Raikus, Night Song, and the Viper. Get Meliodas. And it'll be traded for the Viper. Night Song now here with Raikus versus Max and the Papayas. Night Song. 4 staffs away from the root, from the Medusa. Stun lands, the Papayas. 1 second on the Reaper site. He'll get it off on Raikus. Double kill the Papayas. It's 4 for 3 in favor of Dire. Up in that triangle. They have the gold lead once again.
I was watching the Medusa's movement the entire fight. He goes on the targets that are needed to be gone on, always. Every time he has a blink, it's always right on top of the drop, right on top of the Viper. He always... Like, for somebody who has not much net worth, the center has been playing well, but this Medusa has just been stellar. Like this whole 4 protect 1 endeavor from Darius definitely paid off. The Drow is just unable to kite the Medusa because of this undulation pickup, and then he tries to hit the Medusa, it just gets lost in the middle of nowhere.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
200 gold away from Refresher for Karma.
Ooh, that is one power spike that could change the dynamics of these fights again. But I'm not sure. Like once the Medusa, it just takes one Medusa and one Ice Path with a or Centaur Stomp to just end the game. I feel like they're this ahead on the Dire now. That was not the fight that Radiant needed to take really right before Roshan spawns.
It just goes to Papayas here.
Interesting that the Centaur actually is opting for a BKB pickup instead. Really like the Agham's idea. I think it could have brought the Medusa to a lot more fights without being screwed over, sort of, by the undulation. No, I suppose she could just dagger into fights. But like the follow-up after they press their BKBs and try to run away is what I'm concerned about. Oh. What do you think about this diffusal pickup on the Drow as well?
I think, yeah, it's for Disperser. I think she just wants Dispel, honestly.
Radiant's top
Wants a
tower is
Dispel.
under attack.
Outside of the BKB.
Suppose with how many times she got drowned? Yeah, I suppose it's appropriate.
Goodbye, my friend. Meliodas, though.
Radiant's top
More
tower
sliver
Blink
of
Stomp.
health. I just make it out.
Viper Strike on Meliodas. Max is here, though. Gotta be careful about the Medusa damage. Lots on a Night Song and Nick. Nick, gonna dodge away from the Aghanim Sceptered Macropyre.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Rika's trying to rat it out.
Kaya Sanj on the Medusa. If
eating the
this
eggs.
was, you
I'm
know,
not sure about the Kaya part, or the
Yeah.
Sanj part of that. I feel like Yasha Kaya is probably better, yes?
I mean, to be fair, Yasha doesn't give her movement speed because of the undulation, which is what most people take it for, / the cast speed animation. But
Yeah, but I mean, it's just better
Ooh,
stats
fight
for you.
targets.
Global Silence
Necro
Pop,
Blinking
Nick,
in,
BKB.
Vision.
Running away from Papaya. They've
Ooh,
got the
thank you
break.
for
Flag
the-
on here. Refresher used. But Silencer was caught up and stunned. Unable to get the second global off after the refresher. And now Rika's taking so much damage from the AUS Scotty from Max.
I know the game's not over, but it's win or lose.
Meliodas.
The MVP
Blink,
has to be
Stomp,
Meliodas
double
or
edge on
Max.
Nick. 4 staffed away. Rika's trying to play like a menace right now. Glyph used, they'll have another one if the racks get taken. Rikaz cannot kite Max though, and neither can Flygon. Just so much damage just coming out of this turret that is the Medusa.
Radiant's middle tower
They lose their tower. 36 seconds on the silencer.
has fallen.
That catch on the silencer actually changed the fight. Like that was supposed to be the team fight that Dawn was supposed to take with the double silence timing, but Meliodas just shuts the
Leash
door
on
on them with
Papayas.
the stomp.
Got him with the nullifier, doing a lot of damage to him, but Max has a
on the
much
stomp.
himself! So
Scythe.
much damage off the Iascati autos from Max right now. Immediate buyback out of the Drow Ranger.
Well, you have to get out of here now, though. They have double global up.
Max
And
loses his
Drow is
Aegis,
able
or
to
excuse me, Papayas loses his Aegis. Flygon getting some damage in. Max might be in a little bit of trouble. He's caught in the Viper Strike, taken out of mana. He doesn't have a way to regen that right now. He's got to be careful. Able to run away. Ronin goes down. Rikaz, he smells blood in the water if you forgive the fish pun for the Slark. Meliodas blink stomps onto Rikaz. but he really wants this Medusa, who has no mana. Nullifier onto the Medusa. Nyx here, dead Medusa. She has buyback though.
I see. That's why the Necro was able to just do the Nightfall. If the Medusa did not have buyback, yeah, this game would actually be over.
Disperser completed by Rykes here. Drow Ranger. 400 gold away from the Disperser. Doesn't have buyback. Take a look at the buyback status. Everybody on Dire has it. Only the 2 supports and the Viper have buyback for Radiant. Flygon used as on the high ground defense. 56 minutes now. We are minute 40 seconds away from T5 neutral items. So we all know those change the dynamic of the game quite massively. Flygon getting his own little pillar of high ground to hit the T3 tower. We'll do so uncontested. Medusa buyback available, but she respawns in 25 seconds. Pepper Strike used. Oh no, the Papayas. 4 staff away. Nick. They got the first silence out. They have the refresher. Night Song. When Ronin gets the ultimate out. Stunned by an Ice Path. Rykes moving up on the high ground. Second silence. Ronin pretty low. Ends up getting 4 staffed away, but he should go down to the DOTs, and Rykes finds him. Max now comes into the fight. Blinks in. BKB TP on Flygon just to get out of the way. They got the buyback out of the Rubik. They got a T3 tower and nothing else. Roshan's earliest possible spawn time, 1.5 minutes away, and we are a little bit over 2.5 minutes away from T5 neutral items.
I think the fight could have been way different for FOTA here if Max over here just went for Daedalus instead of the Aghanim's upgrade. Like the last 2 fights, it's like that additional crit damage could have been the game changer.
Oh, so the Kai Sanj? Yeah.
No. There you go. There are like 2 steps here. Like one is Dusa bought the Aghanim's Blessing when he had the Casual Crystallis. I think the Daedalus should have come first. It's like,
Yeah.
Kaya Sanj in these last 2 fights, it didn't feel noticeable. Like, Radiant already has so many tools to deal with you, which are just being nullified by how the team fights are taken by FOTA. And oh, wait. Okay, Reich is scouting everybody out here, but immediately deordered. Good pickup of the gem for high ground defense.
Link from Ronin. Telekinesis. Shadow Dance and a leap away.
Yeah.
5 seconds on the nearest possible. Roshan spawning. Minute 10 on T5s. And it's 2 minutes for Roshan. 1:56 was the timer, so... T5s will come out before next Aegis, and Rykes will not be alive for any of that. Potentially, actually, the Global Silence saves him. He's able to Dark Pact and blink away. 50 seconds on the refresher, 86 seconds on the natural cooldown of Global Silence.
Yeah, smoke here.
So it's going to be T5s first before the next fight gets taken, most likely.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ooh, if they get a catch here onto their Drow, showing on the observer ward, it would be insane, but unfortunately they don't have enough distance to cover.
Radiant
Keep an eye on those neutral items. 15 seconds.
Before we go to the tier 5s, doesn't the monocle on the Drow get disabled once, like, Necro gets on top? It doesn't. She doesn't have to get hit. She just has to get near, and then the Radiant should be able to proc it. Or I guess the idea was for the Drow to stay far enough for that not to happen.
Now waiting for T5 items.
Oh, this Medusa is a beast, level 30. A Divine Regalia would be... Ooh.
Fully maxed out Dusa. I think the only other thing to buy is, what, a Moon Shard and a Divine Rapier. Nick.
Trying to find camps
Find
here.
Moonstones. BKB TP out of the way. Gets out.
It's enough. It's enough. Nice.
Still waiting on T5 items.
Bottom chase going on with. Oh, is it enough? What?
Are you okay?
That was so close. Like 100 HP difference.
Marcus survives.
Neutral coming out.
T5 watch. Spider legs for Flygon. First Team 5. Fallen Sky for Night Song.
With fleet footed as well.
Radiant's top barracks
Minotaur
I
Horn for
actually-
Karma. Helm of the Undying for Nick.
Dire's
Quite nice to have. We're seeing a Fallen Sky being picked up by Papaya. Spider legs for Ronin. Start pushing up the high ground here.
barracks are under attack.
Max sitting with a T5 serrated Shiv.
They're sneaking distortion quite well. They have no idea it's happening right now. They're too busy outside their base.
Roshan, Flygon. Picks up a Refresher Shard there. We'll go to somebody on the team, but not the Silencer, who already has a Refresher Orb and has the double silence available now. And it all comes down to this. We take a look at the buyback status. Lots of yellow on the side of the screen. 27 seconds remain on the Drow Ranger buyback. She has the gold for it, though. And 2 minutes
Silencer has the
48 on the
same
Rubik buyback. So buybacks will be in favor of the Radiant side once the fight is actually taken. We're pretty much full build here. So for Flygon can maybe eat an Aegis here. And a block of cheese for Rikes, being an absolute menace that he was able to pick that up, but he gets caught up in the Centaur Storm. Global Silence gets used. He knows he has to eat the block of cheese to get the shield, right? Can't just hold that in his inventory.
Also, the Silencer has to stay in base if he wants to get the full combo of 2 globals. I'm afraid that he's going to make the miscalculation of casting the 2 other spells first.
Buyback
But
Rikes.
because of the increased mana cost from the enchantment, he's not going to have enough mana for the second
Rikes
global.
diving. Once again, you really got to eat that block of cheese, buddy, if you got it in your inventory. Finally does. Gets the shield from it. Global Silence has been used. Viper Strike onto Meliodas. As he gets the Stampede out, and they've taken down the Jakiro. Nick, now onto Ronin. Gets the kill. Flygon onto Meliodas. He has buyback available, but he goes down first into the Aegis of the Immortal. Nick onto Rikes. Fallen Sky stops any further TP from the Medusa, who's popped the Stone Gaze, but in comes the Reaper Scythe, and down goes the Slark. Buyback from the Venomancer now. Refresher used by somebody there. I'm not exactly sure who used it. Oh, the Papaya running away. Gets out with the Death Seeker. Nullified. Damage from the Medusa, or excuse me, the Drow Ranger. Goes down. He has buyback available, though. 8 buybacks available. 3 dead on the side of Dire, 1 on the side of Radiant.
Look at Night Song.
Max
Manages to find
versus Night Song. Hurricane Pike away.
Radiant's middle
Yeah,
tower
Heard the
there's no
Disperser
stopping
being
it.
used, and the
There's
Spider
no
Legs
answer.
coming in from Flygon. They really want to take down Max. The Disperser draining the mana out of Max right now. And it's a duel to the death, and Meliodas cannot save his carry. 4 buybacks available for Dire, but Flygon gets the kill. He has his buyback available. Radiant has 3 buybacks up. Dire has 4
middle barracks are on Dire's middle
as they move up onto this high ground push.
I realize now what the Max here could have built. It could have been a Pike because like mobility, like despite the undulation helping so much with the slows of Radiant, it's also been a curse because not having the tools to increase your movement speed as outside of ult is just stopping him from free hitting people. Hurricane Pike would have helped with that, plus giving him more attack range as well.
Night Song
Letting him hit
forces
more
himself
confident
into an ice
spells.
path.
That's a crazy force stuff in.
He
for
has a
somebody
Wind
with
Waker,
Twisted
45 seconds on the Medusa, but she has buyback. Probably gonna wait for the Necrophos to respawn before she tries the buyback here, but she will have to because they're losing another set of racks. Macropyre dropped 3 seconds on the Necrophos. Necrophos respawns, immediate buyback from the Medusa. Karma, meanwhile, caught between a rock and a hard place, gets the Global Silence off. 12 seconds on the Refresher Orb. If he can survive for another 12 seconds, he'll be able to get the second one out, and will not, but he goes down with buyback available. Dawn Academy has taken the mid and bottom racks out of FOTA. They forced the buyback off the Medusa. 3 buybacks available from Radiant, 3 from Dire. One of those buybacks available is the Silencer, who will have a Refresher and Global Silence available. They will bait it out.
Ooh. Moonshard and change to Hurricane Pike is definitely needed on the Medusa. It's like the Sky Sanj is banking on being able to lock down the targets well enough that you don't need extra mobility, which it's very hard to find all the conditions satisfied. Like if every player in this lobby has to make a mistake, this has to be it for Max.
Are scanning.
Fascinating pickup on the Centaur's quick buy. I definitely would still prefer an Aghanim Scepter to help move the Medusa around the fights. Not
I mean,
an
an
Abyssal
Aghanim
Blade.
Scepter. I mean, if you're going a Sanj item, like, might as well go disarm, right?
Like this.
Are you okay?
I suppose I suppose for Medusa, Spike is still definitely better over Kaya Sanj, but the Centaur is quick buy is this. I don't.
Yeah, I
think
don't like
that's
the
it.
Abyssal Blade. I don't.
It would be funny if it just uses like if Drow versus BKB and just gets Abyssal Bladed, being unable like that. If that 1 second of stun is enough to stop her from kiting, yeah, it would be really funny / interesting. Oh, oh my god, the Jakiros had enough of this game. Actually picked up a Stygian Desolator on the neutral choices.
Oh no.
It's not even 25. I mean, he did take the attack range talent on low end.
Pushing down the low ground. Ice Path lands
Ice
on
Path.
Nick. Forced staff to safety by his team. Raikas, though, playing Sen. Doesn't quite land the pounce, though. Gets away with the second charge of the pounce. And Viper Strike. Broken back around with a Lotus Orb.
Seeing a
T5
broken
rerolls available in 1 minute and 10 seconds. Again, looking at the
Ooh.
buyback status on the left of the screen. 3 buybacks available for Dire. And the Necrophos, the Rubik, and the Jakiro. For Radiant, it is just Viper and Drow that can buy back.
BKB pickup on Max. I guess it helps with the magic damage. It comes out from Viper Veno, but
Yeah, no stuns.
definitely still a fan.
Like
of
the only thing you're
Viper.
BKBing is what? Other than damage is leash.
This could
right?
be the way. Wait. The Medusa kept the Shiv.
Yeah, I've
I
said
mean-
that.
Wait, I forgot. But really, was she just that unlucky?
Well, we'll see.
Sick.
6 seconds.
That would have been nice. Regalia nice. Helm of the Undying also. Legs. Okay, legs is definitely no. Fallen Sky would also be fine. There's so many other items. Eyes. Okay. Like if she got Eye, Book of the Dead, Spider Legs, and
Global
I'm not sure.
Silence gets Night Song out of trouble.
Is under
He
attack.
turns around.
Dire's
Spider Legs from
structures
Ronin.
are fortified.
Okay.
The push up high ground from Rykaz forces Ronin to TP back. Leashed up.
Rubik catches Strikers here on the pass, but unfortunately, he doesn't decide to try for the
Meliodas.
second pass.
Wait, Flygon gets the Jakiro. Well, that's buyback available. Meanwhile, Meliodas leashed up. The Rykaz also leashed by the Rubik. The Reaper Scythe comes
Massive.
down. Buyback from the Jakiro. It's 4v5. The second silence used as well.
Oh, Roshan spawning really soon. They have to go smoke up right now on their. Especially now that they have no Rikers to be able to save them with the depth shot.
Yeah, well, so Rubik bought out for a gem and a Scythe of Ice.
Oh, okay.
So-
I like this game. Like if
Very
they catch the
does
draw,
not have buyback available. So 2 buybacks for cores available from Radiant. Dire only buyback is available on the Necrophos. Rashawn has spawned. Night Song. And the wards up high ground. Blink. Hex on Night Song. Blink. Centaur Stomp. Force Staff away. Night Song. Yule Scepters. Wind Wakers to get to safety. Force Staffed again. He's barely able to survive. Flygon's here cutting out with the Spider Legs. Max goes ahead and uses the Stone Gaze. Night Song goes down. He doesn't have buyback.
That's Roshan. No. Okay. I mean, despite being able to take. Wait, what? Max just TP top in front of Roche Pit. Is there nobody else I could have defended? No, they all had teleports.
Dire's
Matter of fact,
top
the
tower
Necros.
is under attack.
Oh, okay, there we go. Max is running back.
We've gotten to the point now where Radiant buybacks are off cooldown. Venomancer's is off cooldown, but he's got 900 gold remaining. Slark's is off cooldown, but he's got about 600 gold remaining in order to get it. Dire, meanwhile, buybacks coming off cooldown for the Centaur and the Medusa, but the Jakiro buyback won't come up for another 6 minutes. And we run it back.
Dire's middle tower is under
Necropyre
Oh.
committed. Take Roshan
no.
for Max.
Necro's not here.
In the area. Link, Centaur Stomp, double edge on Nick. Follow up with the Ice Path and the Hex from the Rubik. The Global Silence getting pulled. The Necrophos gets his Aegis, but Nick has taken down the Rubik, and Lole goes down with no buyback available. Flygon, meanwhile, BKB crits the Medusa to death, who does not have buyback for another 15 seconds. They're going to be able to take down Papaya as well into the Aegis of the Immortal at the very least. Flygon trying to Spider Legs to safety, gets caught in a double edge, gets taken down, but he has buyback available. Rykaz has used his buyback. Triple kill for Flygon now as the damage comes in from Nick on top of the Nullifier. Oh, the Papaya is trying to get out of the way. Gets saved by the telekinesis of Ronin and the Spider Legs as well. Global Silence popped. Rykaz up on the high ground. Gets killed by the Reaper Scythe. And no buyback on him. Medusa has popped the buyback here. 35 seconds on the silencer buyback. 700 gold for the Venomancer, but the buyback has been popped and died back for Rykaz. Flygon has also bought back. Karma's going to need to buy back 21 seconds. He best hope he has the gold, but Night Song gets
game.
taken down there as well.
That's game. There's no way this Drow and Viper can defend. Unless they're able to cut the wave consecutively. But by the way, in the middle of that fight, is only Medusa got buyback off of passive gold. If I don't think even they expected it. Like the buyback button just turned yellow for them as well on FOTA, and it's like, oh, I have buyback, we can win.
Silencer has buyback. We'll have the double silence up. Viper also has buyback, so it'll be 3v3. up the high ground. 11 seconds. Buyback on the silencer. 9 seconds on the Jakiro. They're gonna be able to hold this for the time being.
Very conservative.
Lift
going for the
used.
direct.
Flygon, meanwhile, Spider Legs is trying to rat here. Dyer's gonna use the glyph. Nick, meanwhile, has damage on the Medusa. Surviving for now. Silence on Medusa. Has the BKB. Hex on Nick. Meanwhile, Flygon trying to rat out. Taking one set of racks. BKB from Meliodas. Flygon. BKB, Spider Legs, Force Staff, TP's back to safety. The global silence keeping him alive. And the ranged barracks survive with literally 1 HP. But all of Dawn Academy are up now. 400 gold away from the buyback from Night Song. Every other buyback in this game is on cooldown, unless the Centaurs, the Vipers, and Papaya on the Necrophos. Both the Viper and the Necro have their buybacks available, but the Centaur about 900 gold away.
That's it. Medusa's undying. These fights, you can try to burst the Medusa, but she's still going to be able to click you through death. I think. And she still has the cheese also. I think the neutral item changes made it a lot harder to play for Radiant. Unless they get something like Regalia on the draw, then they can just press the draw. I mean, no, rather press the Medusa. Wait. Right, because he knows something's wrong. Gets a pounce and teleport out for FOTA spots him out. But what's Nick doing? He's in the middle of nowhere. Why is he chasing Medusa?
Nowhere. Hexed up. He does have buyback. Global silence. Being committed. Next, BKB's trying to get to safety. Gets stunned up by the Abyssal Blade. Are you kidding me? Force Staff can't get him to the low ground, but he has the Hum of the Undying. Raikas is here, trying to pounce. Dark packed away. Karma caught in an ice path. Buyback used by the Necrophos. Karma gets the second global silence out. He's hexed up. Does not have buyback. Taken down. But the Megas, they've been taken by Radiant. It's been enough for the time being.
Oh my god. Try to catch flag here, but oh my god, the force blinked. So much mobility. And then the spider.
I'm so sorry I baited you into game 3, by the way. Right, we are 78 minutes in right now.
That's fine.
I feel like Suns fan right now on that one cast.
Wait, is that? Oh, like he just wants us to get. Oh yeah, that game went on for too long.
I mean, we are approaching 80 minutes on this game. Megas have finally been taken. There is 1 melee barracks on the Radiant side for Dawn Academy.
Oh my god.
68 seconds on the respawn for the silencer. All the buybacks are available that are not on cooldown. Jakiro finally has his buyback. It's 2.5 minutes until the next possible buyback for Dyer. Max, meanwhile, it's taking the damage. They take down the racks. Night Song kites out of the way. The Drow Ranger stunned up by the ice path, and the Macro Pyre taken down. No buyback available. That should be game.
Raikas with a desperate effort to try and take the pace, but no, he's just a support. He only has a Meteor Hammer to siege. And he could have saved the Drows with the Depth Shroud.
You know, the Drow has no buyback. Slark again caught in the ice path. It's saving him for so long, but Night Song has got the damage on Max. Max goes down. He's gonna survive for another 8 seconds off the Hum of the Undying. Reaper Scythe gets used on the Viper. He gets taken down. Medusa's dead. Now it's just Night Song and Slark. Night Song has a buyback available to him. Raikas does not. Night Song, Yule Scepter, getting away from the ice path. Raikas, meanwhile, very low health, goes into his ultimate, pounces away. They're able to survive. The Silencer is back and alive again. Down goes Night Song to the double edge. and I am losing my voice so much. Below lane, taken down. Rikez, he gets and takes down the Rubik as well. Silence on the Papaya. He does not have buyback available to him. 53 seconds on the Drow Ranger. Buyback used by the Jakiro. Will it be enough? Karma, 15 seconds on Refresher. He won't survive to use it though. Rikez is here though, taking down Melodious. Dark Packs to safety. Night Song though.
Radiant's middle tower
He
Does
manages
not
so
buy
long
back,
left
does
for-
have a health bar though. Melodious is oh so low. He has buyback though. He's got to be careful. Rikez takes him down.
Rikez taking the fight on top of the
Slark,
Mechapire, though.
level
Despite
30.
to die. Despite
Gets
having
the
a shadow
leash onto the Jakiro. If he can get the kill, it's a dieback. Goes Shroud, cannot survive
He
him.
hexed
Night
him.
Song gets the double kill. Night Song's still alive.
Still-
Papaya's back into the fight with the BOTs. 9 seconds on the Drow Ranger now. No buybacks available across the board. 24 seconds on the Slark. 30 seconds on the Drow Ranger. 36 seconds on the Medusa. And the high ground holds once again. My God, will somebody please end this game?
What? It's just Radiant. It is individual buybacks coming off a cooldown. Just like Night Song getting the buyback was for. It just stalled so long enough for the drought to come back into the game. It looks so lost for Radiant there, but wow.
Well, Medusa's gonna have her buyback in
Wait.
2 seconds, unless 11,000 gold is not enough.
Wait.
Spoiler,
Helm of
it
Undying is
is.
available also. Drow has Undying as one of her options with the crude enchantment.
Yeah,
Is she gonna take it?
yeah.
Okay, she took the Undying Helm, but not the crude. Opts for the Evolved instead. I suppose she has her innate to help the Viper and the Venomancer do more damage. But I think
13 seconds on a
gotta have
Roshan.
some ego here.
I,
Oh yeah, Roshan.
20 minutes ago, we were saying, oh, it'll be one more fight until the end of the game.
Are you okay?
But the teams just don't continue the fights after the buybacks have been used.
My God. Wait.
They don't take fights without buybacks. Like, what is going on? How many people have full
Here,
BOT2s right now? Nick has it. Flygon has it. Medusa's not going to have it because they want the facet.
And no boot.
No one on
Yeah.
Dire actually has BOT2s except Lily has BOT1s.
The Dusa needs a shard though. The Moon Shard. It's the last.
Yeah, why
she could
has
buy
Max
scale.
not gotten a Moon Shard yet? He has enough gold for it and still having buyback.
To be fair, it's an 83-minute game. It's probably lost. Everybody here is probably lost in the soul. Like, look where the Dire barracks used to be on top lane. There's a refresher shard. It's just sitting there. Who's taking it? Okay, it gets pinged out. Speaking of refresher shard, Roshan's up with it again, along with the cheese and banner. And Karma gets a setup here first.
Flygon has
before
6 greater
French
healing lotuses in his backpack. If he gets a cheese, he'll get a block of cheese. Hopefully he won't make the same mistake Raikas made of holding it in his inventory. But, yeah.
Octarine here. And
Or,
Aeon
my
Disc
bad,
paid up.
it's no longer a permanent buff. This is why I,
Oh, yeah, it does expire, yeah.
yeah.
I actually think this Raikas should join the club and buy a refresher as well. Like, instead of an Aeon Disc, you just all in on giving the Depth Shroud to your cores at a crucial timing.
So many
And hope that
buybacks
it's
for
enough
backup.
skill.
3 for Radiant, 2 for Dire, but importantly, it's the Medusa and the Drow who have their buybacks. They gotta keep playing for this. Max, please get the Moon Shard.
Flygon's taking the draw solo with the double damage. I think she's going to pick up the Aegis here. Yep, right away. With a block of cheese in the backpack, but nobody's picking up the refresher shard yet. Very ideal holder would be the Slark, but
Karma takes it,
he's
but
not here to
it
collect
shares a cooldown with Refresher Orb, so you might want to give that to the Venomancer.
Yep. For utility's sake, yeah, it's also fine. But I think to get the most value, yeah, there you go.
I
It
think
goes
it's
to the
Rikos.
Slark to get a double save. Like that's got to be the key here. Like you place it during when they're trying to go all in on one target. Refresher, Reaper's Scythe about to go out, and then he loses vision. That might just be what changes the game in these team fights.
Buy back up for the Necrophos in 2 seconds.
Oh, Rapiers. Hmm.
First
I
rapier
don't know
from
what
Max.
she's
Honestly,
not
why
done.
wasn't a rapier built like 10 minutes ago?
Think the FOTA's very pressured by having like only one game left for the series loss.
Can Dawn Academy
So I
buy
think
a
that's why they
rapier
don't
too? This Drow Ranger, I don't think they can afford it and buyback, but still, it's like, come on, man. We're at that
Yeah, I
stage
like
of the
the
game where there
flexibility.
should already be like 3 rapiers. We have 1.
Yeah, like Radiant has 2 holders, Dire has 1. Yeah, surprised it actually. Yeah, the first rapier went on Dire. Wait, Falling Sky
Rikos?
from Rikas. Small teasing.
One Sky, Night Song had something taken away from him. It was Plague Ward. Karma has the double silence. Flygon, 3 minutes on the Sage of the Immortal.
Wait, hold on. Refresher Shard on the Jakiro still from the previous Roshan. The double Macropyre might seal the deal, even with the Rikas saving people with double Depth Shroud. Like a double Ice Path and the double Macropyre. I think does the damage stack from separate Macropyres? Like, I don't think I've ever seen a Jakiro in my games get to this point as well. It's like if it stacks, then that's like 400 what pure damage? No, like 440 pure damage per second, going through all resistances through the Depth Shroud. And this save might not matter if they get a good Ice Path into Macropyre, into perhaps the Centaur Stone.
Radiant is waiting for all of their buybacks to come back up. We're gonna have 10 buybacks up before the next fight actually happens. They just continue choking out this high ground. We have 2 minutes left on the Aegis. Like they have to do something. They have to pull the trigger. Because if they don't, this game is never going to end. We are approaching 90 minutes right now.
Has fallen.
Oh my,
We could have already played 2 whole other Dota games in this time.
Oh my God, so many refreshers. Necro has on his backpack. Centaur, not really, but he finally has a Aghanim queued up. Oh, this. Actually, maybe refresher could have been the play for Medusa. Like you just double gaze people and get them chain stunned along with your Centaur stomp, but too late to the game now. Rapier is much more simpler and more what's the term called? Adrenaline inducing.
Dawn Academy better win this game because you're not going to co-cast with me for game 4. And I am exhausted.
Yeah, do you have any other NA casters in the house, perhaps?
I could maybe bother plate, but I don't know.
It's like after this game, like if FOTA somehow managed to turn this high ground siege, like I don't know, like they have to win the next one. Like if they manage to hold it this long against what looked so dire, like what 10k lead at like what, 18 minutes was it?
It was
Earlier?
7k at like 15, yeah.
10K.
Rikos.
Okay.
The Aeon Disc popped and back to a pause.
Okay. Tianjin. Other disconnect. Yeah, that's fair. It's 88 minutes. Surely one of the bladders are filled already. Out of 10 people. since we're in a long game right now and people are taking their breaks, how long is your longest game played?
Let me check Open Dota. I don't think I've ever had a game eclipse 90 minutes, but I could be wrong.
For me, I remember mine so vividly. It was like the last game of the night, and it ended up being 100 minutes. Like I just wanted to sleep. It was 3 a.m. think I was like 16 at the time.
No, so I
It
have
was
one game that has gone over 90 minutes. It was 93 minutes and 8 seconds. It was 7 months ago, and I was playing Bristleback.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah,
Well,
this was this was I was playing Bristleback support. This was an RD2L game. Oh my god, I forgot about this.
Did they implement the change already, where you can just toggle the W to auto spray, or no?
No, this was Bristleback support. So this was after. This was like the patch where like Snot Rocket Bristleback 4 was like a thing. Or 5,
Yeah.
I can't remember. It was basically like this is like a last ditch thing because my Wyvern was banned out, and I think my team didn't want me to play Venge for whatever reason, so we just picked Bristleback. Oh no, my Wyvern was banned out. My Dazzle was banned out, or what? My Dazzle was picked by the other team, and we didn't want to pick me Venge for some reason, so we picked me Bristleback. Ugh.
That's. I mean, you still had to spam the W, right, for the fights. So like, must be a huge pain to your fingers to like. I hope you had it toggled, or like, I hope you were aware that you could toggle the close spray at least. It saves a lot of your work. It saves a lot of work for your fingers.
Yeah, I forgot about that. My longest pub is 83 minutes 45 seconds. 2 years ago when I was playing Leshrac 3. Also won that game.
Cool. Fortunate for you at least. My 100-minute game, I actually lost. I had to sleep on the loss. It felt so bad. And speaking of loss, let's see. Will FOTA be able to hold this? It looks.
I can't remember if this was when I was in Guardian or when I was in Crusader. 2 years ago, I feel like I was still maybe Guardian. Oh boy.
Did you notice, actually, by the way, the Slark has just been slowly chipping on the tier 4 tower with the meteor hammer and pouncing out? I like this.
Yep.
Exactly like this.
It's working out. Oh, the Papaya broken up.
My God.
Global silence used. The Drow Ranger, meanwhile, has to kite away from the Medusa. Fight in 2 places. Viper Strike used. First global silence used. Refresher, and second is up. Again, the Fallen Sky to take down these T4s. Nick takes down the T4. They have to play for it. Meliodas comes into the fight. Max as well. BK gets his ultimate out with the global silence as well. They go into the Mask of the Undying for so many heroes. And into the Aegis the Immortal goes the Drow Ranger with the buybacks all over the Radiant side. They want to end this game. Flygon BKBs. He's going on to the Ancient. They use the glyph to keep them alive. Radiant has used all their buybacks except for the Drow Ranger, who has not died quite yet, but finally does to the Reaper's Scythe. Only one buyback used from Dire. The Aegis barely survives. Rykes, though, he finds Max, who does have buyback available, and he's just going to keep ratting. They just want to keep ratting. Oh, the Papayas goes Ethereal, trying to survive. The onslaught from Nick and company, but they cannot keep them from killing the Aegis. And Dawn Academy are the Australian main champions for Season 3. What a game.
Oh my God. Am I glad that's over? But wait. A little side note, you notice, do you see the Aegis also? Like, on the collapsed floor? I didn't know it was that long.
I can't even remember what I said in the last 5 seconds. That's all for today's broadcast. We will see you next time.